Welcome to another episode of Around the Mage Table. This is episode 77 of the podcast for the rest of us. I'm joined by, who was offended by this term today, some donkeys. Lithian, how you doing today, bud?
A little sore.
Yeah, what happened? Did you go to Orange Theory and, work your neck out?
Yeah, I did a 90-minute class today,
Ooh.
and it was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. So,
I'm sorry.
it's all good.
I'm sorry for your free time that you were able to do 9-minute classes,
I have a lot of free time.
It's so depressing.
Ayaski, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. I did not have a 90-minute workout.
No. I feel like
No.
with the launch of the expansion and me being gone, I haven't seen you in a while. You doing all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I
he was
heard.
a raid.
I like being cryptic.
He was
I
a
like being
raid.
cryptic.
He came to
tell
raid
us in the
late,
comments.
though.
Tell us in the comments why you're worried about him, guys.
Oh, okay. Tell us in the comments if there is a 100% or an 80% attendance. Does it count for each individual raid if they're considered different raids? we're asking.
No.
It's context. You guys are again making inside jokes that only people, not even that, only our raiders would understand. I have one rule for raid, and it's just that if you want loot, you have to attend 80% of raids, right? And I guess Ayaski feels like, well, the raid is where we are going, whereas I think the raid is the collection of us, right? When we gather.
I missed Dream Rift. Okay, fine. I have a 0% attendance for that. But you guys didn't get much further on Crown of the Cosmos, so I feel like I'm 100%.
I'm not counting you out. You're arguing with Lithian, who's just arguing to get you wound up. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it.
Frank has a spreadsheet, and I haven't seen the numbers yet, but I'm gonna be looking for it.
No, actually, I gotta be honest. I don't usually build the spreadsheet until it's a problem. So
yeah, you build a spreadsheet to fuck with one person.
No,
I just wanted.
Yeah, when IO stops showing up because he's like, I don't need this shit. I don't need to deal with them. That's when I say, all right, now I got to put the spreadsheet together.
No, I recently, as like today, I made sure that I'm pretty much going to have most Thursdays free, with the exception of when we have D&D, which I'll probably just be late then.
Dude, fuck Dave.
Okay.
But
Dave, if you're watching,
shout out Dave. We love Dave. Yeah.
I don't love Dave.
Big Dave fan.
I'm not.
Oh God.
Speaking of Dave fans out there, Scrapclaw, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful, warm weather, so my mood's really good.
Can I tell you guys about my beautiful day outside today?
Well, I already got a spoiler of it, so go on.
So my wife went out of town. She wanted to have a girls' weekend up in actually Richmond, and she left at like 7:30 in the morning, but she woke me up and she's like, oh, our oldest, she threw up. I'm like, oh, what? Okay, that's not like normal. She's never sick. And then I wake up my middle child, and she starts throwing up immediately. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was going to take him. My daughter's big into ninja classes, like instead of gymnastics, it's like ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a ninja park in Greensboro over, a little whiles away. I was so excited because I was going to take her to the ninja park after my son's nap. We were going to spend like 3 or 4 hours there, and then I was going to go to Cheesecake Factory, which I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory in forever. But I fucking love their calamari, and I fucking love their cheesecake. And I was so hyped, right? So I get everyone up. I'm like, this is going to be a good day. We're going to, I'm by myself, but that's okay. I take my kids in the car. We're going to go get breakfast. And my daughter throws up in the car. Shit.
Oh.
Turn around, get her home, clean her up, clean up the car. We give her a bath. Get back in the car. You feel good? Yeah, I feel great. All right, let's go. We get to the restaurant. I'm like, cool, can we have a table? And as I'm saying that, she covers her mouth like this and throat sprays everywhere.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh shit. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need to clean up the restaurant now. I get him back into the car.
No, they don't make you clean up the restaurant.
No, I just felt polite. I was mortified. Because, like, obviously I'm also worried about like contagion spreading shit.
Yeah. So, if it's a nice restaurant, they shouldn't make.
It wasn't a nice restaurant, but that's not the point.
Oh,
like, the point is like I need to do something about this, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, shit. Okay. So I'm there in the car. I don't know why I thought this would be the question I asked. I asked my daughter, I'm like, are you feeling better now? She goes, yes. I'm like, cool.
No, dude, that kid's sick.
I know. So
fuck.
I go to the grocery store. I go to Publix, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna get her some medicine, right? I'm gonna get her some soup. I'm gonna get all the things we need to make her feel better, so we can still go to the ninja park later today, right? As I'm in the car, I'm FaceTiming with my other daughter, who she has an iPad. I'm FaceTiming her, like, is everything? Yep, they're okay, cool, all right. And I'm like just watching. I'm like, don't throw up, cool. I get in the car. Let's go home. She throws up all over the car.
Poor kid.
know,
Oh my
I
gosh,
know.
what a rough day.
Right? And so I'm like, shit. I'm now already like, we're not going to Cheesecake Factory. This is not happening. I get him home. She throws up again, right? All over herself. I'm like, oh my God.
She's sick. Poor thing.
I know. And then I'm like, okay, well, I asked my girls, I'm like, do you want to take a nap while the little one takes a nap? And they just both go, yeah, we're worn out. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm hoping they're just going to feel better anyway, so that maybe we can go out and play on our bikes or, go to my daughter's like getting big into tennis right now. And they both throw up in their bed.
Both?
Both of them.
Your little boy's gonna get it next.
No, well,
you.
The thing is, I said to my wife, I was like, because she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I should come back. I'm like, no, don't, it's fine. As long as the little one's not.
The second she hung up the phone, she was like, what? Like, I can't believe I missed
She
all
sent me
this.
pictures of her at like the pool, and she's like, here, I'm at a winery, LOL. Anyways.
Like, bro, missing the first,
my son, though,
like
if he gets sick,
virus.
it's because he's like 1.5 years old, almost 2. Like, it's just going to be him like screaming and shouting. But he was in the best mood ever. Like, he was totally broing out all day, right? But anyways, I put a bowl. My kids are watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I'm just like, fine, whatever. Okay, this is our day.
Full day.
And my daughter like leaps into the air and just vomits the most vomit I've ever seen into the bowl.
Oh.
Thank God into the bowl and not like on the couch or anything. And yeah, so that's all I've been doing today is cleaning up vomit.
How's she doing now?
So I will say that if you see a rough or awkward edit in tonight's episode, it's because I have the little monitor watching them.
Yeah.
Both of them have bowls in their bed just in case they decide to vomit.
Yeah.
They were passed the hell out when we.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Yeah. But they're obviously not going to school tomorrow, so this is just.
I don't know how you can handle the stress because last week my dog was puking and I was like having a heart attack. I was like, we need to go to the emergency. We need to do it. And I was literally thinking, I was like, I don't know if I can have kids. Like, I think I might actually have a heart attack. Like, if you don't know what to do.
Well, so like I don't know. My wife is a nurse, so she knows.
So you feel a little safer.
Well,
like,
she will tell me like this is a problem or not. But at the same time, when I was growing up, like it was just like, no, you figure it out. Like you need to. Yeah. We're not going to the doctor. You're fine. Just stop throwing up.
Instantly, the first thing I think is my dog is poisoned. Like,
it's different for a dog because you can't communicate.
Yeah, because they can. Like, exactly. That's right. So the moral is when I have a kid, I'll call you for you to ask your wife if I should be right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that'll help me with my stress.
Which you and Flux are going to meet her, right? So my wife has never.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Never met any of my WoW gamer friends other than Technique because he was my friend before game.
That we're so normal, right? Like, because she thinks that gamer people are weird, right?
You and my daughter are going to talk about whale sharks the whole fucking night. My wife is not going to think you're normal.
She's gonna think I'm great with kids.
Sure, maybe that.
People do. Like, I used to work at a preschool.
Meanwhile, Flux is just like dunking on me to her and telling her stories about me that are not even true. No, I'm talking about to my wife. He's just gonna make fun of me in front of my wife.
Yeah, Flux can be charming though. Like we're gonna charm the pants. She's gonna be like, when are they coming again? They were so fun. Like,
well, let's talk because we haven't even talked about WoW yet. Why we didn't have an episode last week? I apologize. It's my fault ultimately. So I did tell you guys I was going on a Disney cruise, which by the way, I was sick on the whole week, so I did not have a good time.
Jesus, Frank. I don't know if I want to go to your house. It's like a fucking.
My son gave me hand, foot, and mouth, and then I had a sinus infection, so I was like, I was violently coughing, like it was just like hurting me so bad. So imagine sitting in the theater watching Moana next to me, going like, oh my God, this guy's giving me COVID.
Yeah.
But after that, I went to a casino nearby, and I was like, okay, well, at least I'll have a day or two to myself. And I just lost every single game I could possibly have lost at the casino. It was just like, it was hammering me. Luckily, on the very last night, I had like a little rally to make some money back. But if you had a camera of me, imagine me at my worst when we're doing raid leading or when we're doing M+ and I'm just miserable. Like, multiply that now with losing a lot of money. And that was my face at the table, and I was just so upset.
Wait, so this was on the Disney cruise slots?
No. We got off the cruise. The next day, I drove to the casino. Because it was recently my birthday. It's also my friend's birthday. His name is Bedford, and we do what's called Bedfest. And so it was just kind of like come together, and it's right when like March Madness starts, so we can make some bets on the basketball and yada yada yada.
Oh, my college did like a bunch of wins or something. My dad was texting me. So
that's a sentence I have to deconstruct. My college did a bunch of wins.
some basketball wins.
What's your college?
VCU.
Yeah.
They do. They're good
Boston?
at
They did-
basketball every now
They
and
did some
again.
wins.
BC
Yeah,
did
they
some
had like a
wins.
big upset or something.
They
anyways,
broke. They busted people's brackets. It's fine.
Yeah, my
Nobody's
roommate
upset.
from college and my dad were both.
were they the
texting
ones
me.
that
I was like,
beat UNC?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
I
basketball.
thought
You're asking the wrong person.
I thought
bro.
Lithium might know.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, I got home that Tuesday night to do raid. We'll talk about raid here in a second. And then
Yo, don't
Wednesday.
talk about WoW, Frank. We've been
I know.
just-
Wednesday we were
chatting.
gonna do the podcast, and I'll be honest, I just really wanted to play the game. I had like not played in a
Yeah.
while. I had a really shit vacation. I had a shit time at the casino. I just wanted to play. We'll talk a
So
little
you had
bit
a
more
shit
about that.
time with us.
Well, that night I didn't stream that night. I streamed Tuesday and Thursday, but I didn't stream Wednesday, and I should have because you guys were in prime form to wind me up.
Yeah.
But again, we can talk about that in a little bit.
Frank, do you remember when I pulled those stats around who talks the most?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, this is not a good episode for you
Alright,
so far.
So actually, this is something I do want to start doing though. So I'm going to tell you guys if you're watching and you want to leave some comments or questions in the comments. I think we should have a little section maybe at the end of the podcast where we read people's comments that either make me crash out or are like genuinely interesting, right?
We should pick one comment of the week, or maybe two. Like one mean comment and one nice comment.
So
It'd
to
be
set
funny.
up what Lithian did, we had a comment. Was it from Bjorn? Was that the guy that I don't know? Anyways, we had a comment
one of
that
those guys.
effectively said, "This Frank guy is just like," I'm paraphrasing here, like he just thinks his shit don't stink and like he just talks and tells everyone his opinion and doesn't care about anyone else's opinion. Which I was like genuine, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do sometimes do that, but like, I was surprised that he thought I talked the most. And you know, I'm the host, so like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like right now. I'm like just talking a lot. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I asked Lithian to use AI to break down the numbers. Lithian, do you want to tell people the results, or do you remember the results?
I could pull it up.
It's a little tricky because it's including technique, like Shawnee,
Well, that's what made it
Megaset,
hard.
even like so. There's a bunch of other characters.
Yeah.
Well,
that
the
come in
funny
and out.
thing is that my least talked episode per the data was the episode titled "Frank's Quitting WoW." I was just like,
you were
yeah.
depressed.
I didn't that one.
You were sad.
dude.
So,
You talk,
anyways,
you talk 46.2%
it
of
was
the
like
time.
50%.
So far in this
and-
one, I think it's been 85.
Oh, it's been,
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
been
yapping. I've been yapping.
Yeah.
So that said, Bjorn, if you're out there, I have to take the L on that one. I was upset what you said, but you're right. So
I don't know why, but I think it makes sense, even though like everybody's saying I talk too much in the comments. I get that comment every week, right? And fair enough. I have a lot of
Well-
opinions and I
It-
steamroll you guys with them. But it makes more
Right.
sense that you talk a lot because you introduce the topic and
Yeah,
give
yeah.
your opinion. I
Yeah.
just give my opinion.
no,
So
the reason
It's
why
it's
I
at
was
80%
surprised
right now.
the reason I was surprised, Scrap, was because I can't stop you when you're on your high horse, right? Like
you can't silence me now.
like it's like I'm trying to correct you from bad. Like you're like, oh my god, I can't believe these talents. This and that. It's like Scrap. Those talents don't exist anymore. Like,
Well,
but you won't stop.
yeah.
You're like, no, it doesn't matter. And you
it
still-
doesn't stop my
when-
emotions
but-
about it. Facts
but
don't
when
touch
you-
that.
When you do stop her and you talk over her, people
Mhm.
get upset about
Mhm,
that.
yeah.
So it's
But
like
people get upset. I mean,
can't
you guys,
win.
you guys got to be cool with the comments because I mean, every week I get some kind of
yeah.
crazy
know.
comment. Like so,
I
just
think
let it roll.
I would have let it
You're so
roll, except for
terrible.
me asking Lithian just because I was curious at that point, only to have my entire psyche destroyed and going, wow, am I really the bad guy? You know, like
Yeah. So just so you guys know, leaving comments about Frank that are mean get to him into his head. So that's something good for you to take from that.
no, actually, in fairness, usually they don't. Usually it's like
appreciate
whatever,
them.
like this is just gonna
Yeah.
happen, right?
If you really want to say something mean to Frank, it will get under his skin. And it will
no,
upset
it's when
him.
you use things that are like data driven, because you know me, I'm like I want to know the
Yeah.
numbers. Like if you just say, hey, he's ugly, I'm like, okay, I don't care, right? But if you say like, oh, his IO, or you know, if they like talk about the vibe build and they say statistically here's, and they're looking at my IO for whatever reason, they
Yeah.
go like, just I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm like, oh shit, they got the numbers, and then I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
crash out. Okay, are we ready to actually talk about WoW, Asky?
Yeah, we better
Yeah,
get
let's go.
started, man. What the?
Hell yeah, let's
Can
do
I
it.
can I do one quick
I like
aside
that.
though? That little water
Yeah,
ball
I
you
love
got, you
to
like it?
sides. What?
Water
Io?
bowl?
He's got that new
the
water ball.
Owala? The
Yeah,
Owala?
you like it?
Doesn't
Listen-
everybody have an Owala?
Yeah, I do.
It's a standard white guy thing, isn't it?
No, I still got my Yetis. Look, I still got the MDI Yetis with the
Yeah, I was gonna
dragon.
say I have a MDL dragon.
I
Just
love
so you guys know, I
I
always
love the Yeti I had. It.
Go on.
What were you saying, Frank?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I always have to fill up 2 because we go through so much 2-hour yap that I have to get 2 things of water. Anyways,
Oh yeah. Oh, you all got 2 drinks. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
you gotta
loved
have
the
it.
Yeti I had, but it started getting some wear, so I got a couple of these for work and for home, and yeah, I like this so far. I really like how I think like the thing is supposed to be like you get the straw, but you don't have to put as much like pressure into it or whatever. It's pretty cool to have. I like it, and you
Alright.
can also do like a gulp too if you want to do that.
well, we're still looking
Big
for our
gulp.
first sponsors. What was it? Owello? What was it called?
A wallow.
Owello?
A Walla.
Owalla. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta just say it, or we're not gonna get sponsored. by
Hey,
it.
look, they start paying me. I'll say it while singing it. You know, I don't care. All right, let's jump straight into it. We did the raid. All
We
right,
did it.
before we talk about the spoilers, all right, so we'll give people a chance to like, oh shit, there's spoilers, but
Wait, this is the no spoiler part or the spoiler?
we're talking
part
about the
of
no
raid?
spoiler part,
It
the
says
actual
spoiler
the
alert.
mechanics, the raids, and stuff like that. I know it says it, but like, let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Just general
All right,
vibes of
so
it.
we have completed all the bosses on normal, right? So we've seen all the bosses. Before we talk about the
Mhm.
end, how is the raid standing out to y'all so far?
I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like it. I will say visually, it's just Koresh 2, or what's the Dimensius raid called?
Maniforge.
Manaforge 2.
Manaforge Omega.
It's very
Manaforge 2.
similar visually to that, and a lot of the creatures and stuff are very similar
bosses?
visually. Yeah, I mean the dragon bosses are literally that's like the dragon model that the Saladar
I was
rides.
gonna say,
It's just without the armor.
You're not gonna bring up Saladar though.
No, yeah, Saladar just comes back and is worse now. So it like visually, normally I'm a big stickler for that, but I gotta say, like the fights are enjoyable on normal, so I'm expecting really fun stuff on heroic. I think especially the dragon boss seemed like a fun dance. The last boss was really hype. It's been a long time since I was super excited by our last boss. And there's some cute stuff like the tic-tac-toe. I mean, I didn't really get that, but it's like it seemed cute.
You don't have to get it. The
Yeah.
tanks do.
Oh, the beam, like the second boss with the like the laser beam and stuff. That looks super cool. I like it. I'd probably like it more than Nerebar Palace if I were to like just compare. And I really think the last boss is gonna be one of my favorites.
I'll
Like
remind you
it's
that
gonna be
that's
up
not the last
crazy.
boss.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's to be said is that it's great if it was the last boss. Like, I think that could be a banger last boss for real. So I'm excited. Like, yeah, that's what's crazy. We only have 8 bosses, right?
7.
Or 7
Well,
bosses.
7 right now.
We get 2 more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or 3
Yeah.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude. They're probably gonna be awesome, man. If based on what we have. So that's my opinion. I like it.
I ask you, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with everything Scrap said. I did actually get a chance to do up until the Paladins on Heroic last week, and I did them with my now ex Mythic Guild to just get a cheeky Heroic vault in the first week.
Yeah, can
since,
we talk about that real quick?
Since we only did normal. Sure.
So you asked me to invite you to the guild today. What's that all about?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna Mythic raid this season. I decided there's a lot there's a lot of reasons, but one is just like I don't have a lot of time between this classic or between classic, retail, other things I want to do like with my friends in real life and everything. So I figured that I'm just going to basically just play primarily my paladin with you guys in the MDL raid. So that's why I rejoined the guild on that character.
Sick.
So
He chose us in the divorce.
back
guys.
baby.
Yeah,
What about-
you just wanna hang out with Dave.
Where are you putting your house?
Yeah.
Aya?
I don't know yet. We'll have to see because my house I got when I left the guild my neighborhood was in. The game very blatantly told me I no longer have a house. So I
You're
have to find-
homeless.
Dude, that's it's
Yeah.
like a
Did
real
you-
divorce.
Did you come back because you heard Leo was playing in our guild?
Yeah, honestly, I was hoping you wouldn't find out, but yeah, that's 100% the reason.
Leo.
All right, so you like
No,
the
no,
raid.
I-
How was it on Heroic though?
Yeah.
You've done most of it, so how was it?
Yeah, no, it's actually these are some really fun bosses, and the thing I like about the heroic versions of them is they mostly only add like one mechanic, and it doesn't really make them over the top difficult, which I like. I think they're going to be real interesting to do as well. So to kind of give an example, like the second boss, when you're killing the ads by the walls, those circles that you have to dodge after the tank circles, those are happening there too. So you have to dodge those underneath you while you're killing the ads. So I
That's
like how
fun.
that's just like one little thing they added that isn't too over the top, because sometimes when they add like heroic mechanics, sometimes they add something that's a little like, maybe that's a little too extra, but I think they struck a good balance.
Cool.
And I think the fights are cool too, because there's a lot of fights that in a lot of different raids that are mostly just, okay, this is a tank fight, this is a healer fight. I feel like a lot of the fights in this raid, everyone's kind of got their thing they have to do. And even if you don't have like a mechanic, just okay, this is the tanks have to tic-tac-toe, just make sure you kill the ads and make sure you kill the things before the time runs out or whatever. I think that's pretty fun.
Do you?
And I like.
Go on.
I'm sorry, what?
No, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say I really like how they split this up too, because now we can have 9 bosses and 6 of them have one sort of feel to them. The one's going to have a different feel because it's in a completely different location. And then the last 2 are going to have their own feel because they're in a different location. So you don't get like location fatigue. You're not just like, okay, they just thought of every single weird void thing they can do and just threw it in this one raid. It's like, okay, now we go to the Dream Rift and fight this really cool like monster there. And then, oh, hey, we fight a Void Phoenix and whatever later. So I thought that was cool too, that they split it up.
It's really fresh, and then it's
for-
also. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Oh no, just well, I'll add one more thing. And one other thing I like that we'll talk about more is that I like this kind of staggered release, because now we can have a really cool like narrative cliffhanger before we finish the raid. It's not just like we have this weird, oh, okay, we got through it. Okay, well, everything ends up good because it's the end of raid. No, we have like an actual split in the story now where we can
Yeah.
actually be like, oh man, that was crazy, and then move on. And that now we can see the conclusion in a couple of weeks, but we still get to live with that for like a week or 2 where we're like, oh man, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, that's like literally what I was just gonna say, is that we can get like a big story content in the middle of the raid, and like that means we're also gonna get something big at the end of the raid, and it's a lot more hype for how the way the story interacts with it because of how they split it up. I know that the Race World
Mhm.
first is a little bit weird now, but I definitely think this is a lot more exciting, and it's keeping me like really excited about the raid.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right,
Lithium.
I'm done.
Actually, sorry,
I'm done.
real quick. I
Yeah,
did
you've
want to
talked about your episode at this point.
I ask you. I've seen a lot of drama online, and when I say online, I mean on Twitter, about the unit frames and not being able to see dispels.
Oh yeah.
How you use add-ons? I have my own opinion about this, but I was curious, like, how are you feeling about that since you're the healer?
So the I've been using the base frames pretty much, so I haven't used any add-ons for those. And
That's
yeah,
interesting.
the first day for raids, they weren't showing like how your frame might highlight green if someone is a poison.
Yeah.
Those weren't showing in the raid, so someone would say, "Oh, you got like when if the dragon were to fear somebody with the breath, he'd be like dispel them," and we'd be like, we don't know who to dispel because it wasn't showing up because it was a private aura. But they did fix it. So the first day was like, okay, you couldn't tell, but now you can actually see the everything's working, I think, as intended now, because it's listed not as a private aura anymore. They changed how the frames read it, I guess.
Yeah, I've been noticing in general there's been an inconsistency around whether the entire frame turns blue or green or whatever versus the icon showing up with the little semi icon that says like this is a dispel or this is a poison or whatever. I don't know what's going on there, and I don't have enough like experience to say this is like what I think is happening, but it is very strange. But that said, and Taliesin made a tweet where he said like, here's the base game's UI. He's like, I'm having no trouble seeing it, which in a matter of words is effectively saying it's because you guys are using add-ons and the add-ons aren't able to keep up at the moment. That's my words, not his, but
someone in the raid I did last weekend was saying that they had private orders filtered out, so they didn't even realize that they had been fixed because they weren't seeing the updated version with those being fixed. So that is possible that some people maybe have some add-on settings that are affecting what they're using.
Yeah. And I mean, so okay, I will. Let's ask Lithian first how he's enjoying it. Lithian, how are you enjoying the raid?
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah, sorry, my tangents will pull me away, and then I'll talk for 60% of the episode. You know.
Yeah, no. It's all good. No, the raid was fine. Tanking it wasn't too bad. I got to get some macros in for a couple of taunt swaps when it gets a little dicey, but otherwise, it's pretty chill from a tank perspective. I like the tic-tac-toe thing and a couple other tank mechanics, but no, I thought it was a good raid. I like the boss mechanics. Look and feel, it's all right. But yeah, no, I look forward to it in heroic. So I think we're gonna do another normal run.
Yeah, we'll just
then do
reclear real
heroic.
quick. Yeah, just to get to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
for
because
tier.
I don't have set pieces. I know a
I
couple of our
didn't get
raiders got
anything.
some, but
I got nothing. I never get anything. So
Maybe in your vault this week.
And-
Knock on wood.
yeah.
oh, there fucking better be in my vault. Are you kidding me?
The one boss that the two tanks are having the most trouble with was the paladin one, so that's probably definitely one you guys will want either some taunt macros or a strategy for how
Yeah.
you're gonna do it.
Well, I
I get
get
bad.
it wasn't bad on normal. It'd probably be worse in heroic. I think there's some additional mechanics to deal with, and sometimes I get because there's 3 of them, and there's one you taunt back and forth, and I figured it out after a while. I just had to look for a certain cast, and it
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah, so that was what I was gonna move on to is this idea. Lithian, you're using a few add-ons still. Have you
Yeah.
purged any? Okay.
Yeah.
Scrap. You haven't added any, right? You're still base game.
No, actually, I just dove into adding sound cues to things, and
Oh.
if anybody wants to download my UI, maybe I'll figure out how to do it. But it's the worst.
You can't even figure out how to
anyone's ever done
export it.
No, I have no idea. It's like
Nobody
hilarious.
can
I was
download your UI.
trying to figure out how I could preview the sounds, and I added one that sounds just like a fart noise, and I'm just like I can't figure out how to take it off.
Wow. That's
No, I'm
impressive.
doing fine with no add-ons, baby. I don't even have the
Can-
like boss timers up and shit.
Can you imagine like you get your last soul collapsing star comes up and you just hear
Yeah, it's pretty much that. I right now I'm playing around with what I want sound cues for, and so it was just like when I have 3 stacks of Voidfall, there's like a visual on my screen, but sometimes I'm like focused on like the next thing, and so I'm missing it. So I was like, I'll put a sound to it, and so now I just have this constant like rant, rant, like over and over. So, yeah,
So
it's kind of like between a
duck.
fart and a duck, I guess.
I've played. I mean, I have my like 2 add-ons. Right. One is the add-on that lets me make our thumbnails, and the other is my spell queue history. And I do that because when we record,
yeah.
I want to be able to watch it. But otherwise, I'm like completely add-on-less. I'm using all the base game stuff. And I was a little confused and lost at moments, but I quickly got myself back up to speed, and I'm pretty happy with the fact that like it's been doable with the base game, right? I've been able to watch all the timers through the boss timer system. The raid frames, again, barring some of the concerns about what the spells weren't showing, did end up working out fine. I was able to tell all the information I needed to tell, especially with taunt swaps with Lithian. And I will also say, I feel like this is not 100% because there are some that I'm like, what are they doing? But they've done a pretty good job with some of the spell effects in the game. I'll give you an example. I know there's one with the Phoenix that looks, I think the Phoenix fight looks gorgeous from the way that they designed the encounter. But the 2 dragons, that like the fact that the orb will change colors once it gets enough people to hit, to like immediately tell everyone you don't need, like, you can stop running, it's fine. Or on Illyria, where I realized this late in the fight, if the mobs are going to get destroyed by the arrow effect in phase 2, they will turn white to let you know they're about to be hit. And that immediately like says, cool, everyone stop moving, they're white, we're good, right? They've really, I feel, stepped up their game on some of the spell mechanics. Some of them they're still like, well, that's not very clear what's going on. But
how were the tank swaps? Were you guys able to figure those out pretty good, or were you struggling without having something saying taunt or something like that?
I'd say like maybe on the first, second pull, I'd forget because I'm also raid leading, so I'd forget to taunt off Lithian.
Yeah.
So not having the sound effects was a little bit of concern, but once I trained myself, like, hey, just especially the rhythm of it, like around this time is when I should be looking, it was fine for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually one thing I'm looking forward to as well without having as many add-ons is it's actually it is actually kind of fun when you learn to kind of play in that way where
Mhm.
you kind of get the feel of the fight down and you can kind of figure all that stuff out just by okay, I'm here. This is usually when this happens. I know to do this. And so it's cool to be able to have that kind of experience that you wouldn't have been able to have maybe just an expansion ago or beyond.
Yeah, I agree.
I know, but I
Yeah.
still want more customization to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, they're not
Like,
done. They're
Yeah,
not done.
that's the big issue I think
we'll
is
see.
I think when you tell people the base
We'll
UI is
see.
fine because I do think everything you would need in the base UI is there for the most part, barring some very niche things maybe. But outside of that, like I think it's just customization at this point that people's hangups are is just how things look or where they put certain
Yeah.
things to see it. I think that's
Yeah,
probably the
the
biggest issue.
simplest issue, and I mentioned it before, is with the cooldown manager that you can't put things in different
Multiple
places.
places,
Like
yeah.
you have to have it aligned. And then on a different character, I have like the same, like I don't know. It's just, yeah, I hate that. It's so annoying.
No, I can get that.
So hopefully they keep working on it, but until then,
Yeah, I don't really need the cooldown manager. Like I don't need it for either of the specs I'm playing so much. Like just a little bit I'm using it. But if I was really reliant on it, then I would be super annoyed that I can't customize the way I want it.
mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've been using the same UI pack from the same person for a long time, and they always make it look the same. So it's been fine.
I mean, there's been
It's
some
been
really
fine for
good
me.
UI. Like, I don't want to make people feel bad for you using UIs. Like, Ellesmere's UI looks pretty damn good. It's just I'd rather not have to use anything if I don't have to, and so far I don't feel like I have to.
But you
Yeah.
could theoretically make your UI look just like his, just
Mm,
on your
like
own, or not really.
nameplates are
Well,
nameplates are in a different realm, right? Like
Mm.
there's definitely some stuff that needs to be done with nameplates still. But I will say that this is more of when I'm on my DPS than I'm on my healer, because usually when I'm healing I'm worried about the raid frames. But I like trying to make sure I grab the highest health mob so that when like I'm using my cooldowns I don't immediately delete it. Has been a little bit cumbersome because like the nameplates are shuffling all over the place.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been that engaged with the nameplates because I've not been that focused on like kicking or anything. So I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
chill. Like
yeah,
maybe as we
clearly,
start
We
to
know.
get
I
in, we start to
yeah.
get into the mythic pluses, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, like you have to kick stuff. Then
Hey,
You
I'll
have
be
a
more annoyed, I
ranged
think.
kick.
Yeah, but like I spend all my time casting, so I don't have
Oh
time
my
to kick.
god, it makes me so
Like
angry.
if
She's unique.
perhaps
She's the only one that does that.
But if perhaps in between casts a guy happens to be casting the spell, I'll kick it, but I'm not gonna go out of my. I'm not gonna cancel my like I beam to kick something that anyone else
This
can do it.
season's gonna be glorious for
Yeah.
us, by the way.
Dude, I told you if I'm gonna play caster, I'm gonna make it everybody's fucking problem. So
Between you complaining about being caster, Haywire complaining about being melee, Frank vibe healing, it's gonna be chaos.
I feel
Dude.
like Haywire would also complain about being a caster. The only thing he wants to play is a BM hunter, which is just like it's like it's a range
He
melee.
literally
Like
said
it's range,
it's
but you
the
don't have to
spec
cast
he
anything.
plays to cool down.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like
Cool
being a
down from playing
caster
with
is
us.
like way more frustrating than being in melee.
You wanted to say something?
When you guys were talking about nameplates earlier, I was gonna mention something funny I had noticed while doing an M0. I don't know if it's my Platinator thing for Jundies, but for some reason now, whenever they Lorthraxian splits off, they make the real ones bar yellow, and the rest of them are not the same. So that's
Cheater.
definitely that can't be intended. So I'm expecting
Well,
that to be
There's been like 7
fixed.
different hacks to get Lothraxian to like reveal himself.
They're
Apparently,
gonna ban
if
your
you have,
account for a week.
apparently if you
It's
have
not on
dots, the
purpose.
dots follow. Apparently, there's like a whole bunch of things that like each class
Yeah.
can do to like keep, the marker up on them effectively. I think they fixed this, but I even think they said like if you dropped like a target marker on it right before it
Yeah.
casts, you could do it, right? So whatever, like it's not like that's a hugely fun mechanic to deal with anyway, so I don't really care if it's
Yeah.
broken.
I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to like spoil it. I'm still gonna try to like play it the way it's supposed to be
Yeah.
played. But I'm also
It's
not
cool
gonna
till
get
I
upset.
drop a ring apiece.
Yeah.
Well, don't do that. It's the add-on isn't stopping you from doing that. Like,
Like,
or how you do that.
Like earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, Lithian and I think Lithian was healing with Pleb tanking, and Pleb pulled that boss while like everyone was dead for some reason. and I was the only one alive when the phase 2 or whatever the intermission happened. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna find this guy before I die. So I went and found him, and then I immediately invis, and I was like, good, I did the mechanic. Like I still think it's fun to do it the normal way, you know?
I like it. Normally by the time
Yeah.
I see somebody else has kicked it. So I'm mostly just trying to kick it like the first second, and so I'm often not picking the right one.
Well, don't do that on Mythic Plus. It will kill us.
Well, you can kick like one, it won't kill you, right?
No, it's like a 20% plus damage taken for like 2 minutes or something. So like it's gonna last pretty much the whole fight.
If the copies breaking don't kill you, like the mechanics on the next couple phases will eventually before the debuff wears off. I think,
Or
because that's what happened to us.
I think it's a
or
cool mechanic.
the healer will get upset with you and kill you. So
The healer should be the one doing it, in my opinion.
the
Like,
healer who can't kick.
No,
no, but they
can't,
can
yeah.
target it. Like they can put a marker on it or something.
I went
know.
to ping one the other day that had the yellow thing, and I accidentally pinged the wrong one, so I should not be
yeah.
responsible for
No.
that.
I like that mechanic, especially as on the last boss, because it's really simple, and like if you just slow down for 1 second, you can't fuck it up. But if you got a timer pressure, like you're really up against the timer, like you could easily fuck it up. It's easily gonna be a really stressful moment. So it's a well-placed mechanic.
It's
I'm
fine.
not-
It's one of those. It's one of those mechanics that I feel like because they took out weak auras, they can have it in this capacity where it doesn't
Yeah.
need to be super punishing. Whereas before they might have been a lot more annoying because they wouldn't want people to just be like, "Oh, just mark it with an X or whatever." With the
Yeah,
weak
no, I
aura
mean,
or
I
something.
always hated when they come up with a cool, debatably cool mechanic, and then there's a weak aura that solves it, like the maze and Mist of
or
Tyrannicide.
a bug or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping it stays intact because it's cool. It's really simple. Like the only reason you're gonna fuck it up is if there's pressure, which there might be at the end of on the last boss.
But
Man,
even then,
imagine
if you
time
like
pressure.
the whole mechanic is don't let the pressure get to you. Just take your time. It's even like
You
know
get your blood boiling.
if you're
key's
about
gonna
to miss the
expire
key
30
because of 3
seconds.
seconds, like that's not the reason you're missing it,
But
right?
okay, let's say like you have 2 minutes left, so you could comfortably get it. But there's still so much pressure, like
Well,
like
that's
we
what
can't.
you do. Not like I'm not
Dude,
gonna
I
flip
get-
out about that.
I get stressed in all kinds of situations. You wouldn't believe.
Yes,
Well,
I do believe.
I'm
I
gonna
do
take a
believe.
quick second here because all week I've had Scrap asking me what. Oh, geez, that's very zoomed in. What is the mechanics and this and that? We have all Keystone Kindergarten videos. Again, that's cropped poorly, but up on YouTube right now. Scrap. I will say this one last time. You need to watch these. I'm not going to
I don't
explain
have the
every week
attention
the same
span.
thing over and over again. So go to our YouTube page. There's a playlist. It says Season 1 Midnight Keystone Kindergarten, and you'll be able to catch up on what these
was-
mechanics do.
in a Skyreach Zero doing a world tour the other day, and this group I was with, nobody kicked the repels, so that was fun in the beginning.
Fuck.
We killed the first boss, and then nobody was kicking the blinding things on like the second pack, and I dropped the Skyreach Keystone Kindergarten in the chat, and I said deuces, and I left the group.
Sick.
Damn.
So hopefully they watch the
Sick.
video and hopefully they watch the video and they'll know what to kick.
I
next
always
time.
feel inclined to watch a link after somebody leaves the group like
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah.
asshole.
for what it's worth, I didn't actually drop the video, but that did
Oh.
happen. I did leave the group. I was not a
Yeah, you just hit him with that Keystone Kindergarten. Have you heard of it? And then left.
Deuces.
have a good
I
night
like-
and then just leave.
I'm
Have a good
still
night.
I still have it in my head. One of our community members said pre-key pre-K or
The pre-K
pre-K
preschool.
pre-key
Yeah.
preschool. I was like, that's
People are saying they're not
too
watching the
early.
video because they're like, I'm not a kindergartner. I don't need to do that. And I want to remind everyone, these videos aren't about mastering. They're not about routes. They're just like, hey, you need to understand why you're dispelling this thing, because if you don't, you're gonna royally like screw the entire.
I'll
Right,
say
yeah.
this: there's plenty of people who aren't kindergartners that don't know how to read.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think the literacy rate in the U.S. is like 36%, like illiterate.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope it's not
What?
that
No,
low.
no.
The illiteracy rate. sorry.
Illiteracy, yeah.
If we can get the kick rate to be just a little bit higher than that, I think we did our job.
Yeah, and all of them play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
No,
they
like
better.
there's a perfect example of this too, and I still have trouble conveying it to you guys. Is like in Magisters, there's a debuff that's placed on someone. It's called Void Bomb, I think. And if you stand in it, you will get a 15% damage increase buff, as well as a heal absorb.
Right.
But again, it falls off and the heal absorb goes with it. And it's like, dude, that'd be huge if you're like doing a mega pool, stand in that and get to 15% buff. But like everyone just keeps running away from me while I'm trying to get it. I'm like, no, stay still. I want to get that buff. Because they just think, hey, purple circle, this is bad. I got to get it out. And like, no, like this is the point of Keystone Kindergarten.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for one last thing before we go on to whatever our next thing is. Everyone pulls that hallway before the second boss in Magister's Terrace. They'll pull like that whole hallway. I can't wait for them to try that in Mythic Plus and get absolutely
they're getting crapped. They're getting crapped out on M0.
Yep.
Such a hallway.
Pleb was pulling so terribly, and I was trying to learn
He's
how
a
to
push
heal on my
W
druid.
bear. That's how he pulls.
No. He's again.
God.
We said this last night. He's like Technique, but he's a much better player than Technique is.
Yeah, he's just he's like what Technique thinks he is, like a good player.
But he wants to go crazy, right? And like all the power to him because he helps us move through the dungeons quickly. But I warned him before the pull, and Lithian wasn't even in this one that I did with him. I warned him before. I'm like, do not pull to the end because they're gonna do this like runic clave thing or whatever, and it hits people and it can stack, and with like 7 of them in the group, we're not gonna survive. And of course, we didn't survive. And then he did it again with Lithian healing, and I'm like, Pleb, I told you this, man. Please stop doing this.
Pleb loves to do mega pulls on the edge of like catastrophe. He was the one who
he
coined
goes
the term.
through catastrophe.
I'm
He goes
warning
beyond
everyone right now.
catastrophe.
If there's even 2 of them in like a high key, like a 10 or a 12, and you're not properly geared, you're gonna be like, your healer's gonna be sweating. Don't give him 7 of them. There's gonna be like immediate death.
Dude, I tried so hard, and I'm trying to learn how to heal on the druid, and it's just chaos because you get stun locked.
Well, as a Devourer Demon Hunter, I'll happily go with Pleb because I love the absolutely no downtime between pulls for the whole dungeon. It's awesome.
God. Between you and Haywire, it's gonna be a nightmare for me.
I know. We're gonna be very prima donna DPS. We're both on the thing we're not comfortable on.
You're gonna bring me and Lithian closer together than ever before.
I think so. I think that could be a beautiful thing, you know? Like you can embrace that.
Okay, we've got on tangents enough. Let's talk about the end of the raid.
Spoiler about back on the raid.
Yeah, so this is a spoiler if you haven't seen it already. There was a cinematic at the end, okay?
Yes.
And I'm not gonna I'll make sure it doesn't play with audio. I don't want it to
What, demonetize us?
Why can't no, I don't even care about that. Oh, there's the audio.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna
they
miss our
moved it. It was down
$14.
here, now it's here. Yeah, so what did you guys think of the ending well, I say ending, the somewhat ending cinematic?
Who do you want to go first?
You can go.
Dude, I'm just gonna say I thought it was great, and then be done.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was great. I think it was great too. I think we kind of could see that something like this was going to happen because of just what we found out about the later boss in the later part of the raid, but I don't know. I just thought it was good. Thought it was good. It was cool. It was a good moment to end this raid on, to be like, okay, you guys have lost. Like, you know, you go out to Silvermoon afterwards. The thing coming down into the Sunwell's dark now. It's the Darkwell. Little kind of a lame name, but whatever.
That's my late criticism.
But yeah, I mean, the implications here are pretty crazy because I mean, she got the Black Blade of the Empire. She
I
made
just
a deal with
noticed that
N'Zoth or
IO.
something. So it's interesting to see if that means anything. Like, it's cool too to see the triumphants in the Mythic Plus like thing. It's cool to see this thing that happened like 10 years ago come full circle, and now she's getting this now, and the Naru coming out and all that. So I think it's cool. I think they did a good job with it, and it's also just how they paced it and everything. I think is it's definitely one of their better end raid cinematics.
Yeah, and we brushed on this before when we talked about just Midnight storytelling, the improvement between Warwith and Midnight storytelling. And I like totally forgot about the Naru being teased or like as the last boss in the past. And I think it built up really well. Like there's a lot of there's the Naru, and they're talking about they need it in Voidstorm and stuff, and it's just like on the top of your mind that she needs this. And I gotta say, this is cinematic. I was like, oh, it's cool to actually see Xalatath like doing something, because like she's kind of for all War Within, and then people are gonna come in the comments and be like, oh, she did this, she did that, whatever. Like, she doesn't do anything cool. She just kind of comes, she cackles, she puts her feet in front of the screen, she holds up a dark card, she loses it. Like, she doesn't do anything. And it's like, here she's actually like doing something, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I want to see her do something more than like cackle and bullshit, you know.
Can
Sorry.
I piggyback off that real quick before you
Please.
finish, Scrap? Was it is it Taliesin and Avatel?
Taliesin, yeah.
Yeah, Taliesin. He had a video recently where he was talking about the cinematic, and he kind of brought up the idea of how Zalatath's plan thus far has kind of been to just basically kind of bait Illyria into this kind of moment where she was kind of getting the
Losing
power for
control.
herself to set this up. Yeah, and so when the moment came, Illyria would just come to her instead of her having to find her. And I it's one of those things where it's like, does it make the War Within better overall? For me, maybe the story could have been a little better, but I'm still kind of like, okay, I guess I can be kind of forgiving if that is what they were going for. So
Yeah.
I just like actually seeing her do something kind of evil and mean, you know, like because through all of War
Yeah.
Within, she just was kind of silly, like
And
she's just kind of cackly and you know whatever.
And with the exception-
mustache twirling is what you always said, and I thought that was a good way.
You mustache twirling, yeah.
and with the exception of Dalaran, like this was like a like she's only ever really hurt people that were bad anyways, that she just was like, oh hey, come help me, and they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then she's like,
Yeah.
haha, gotcha. And now this is like, okay, she actually hurt a character that we supposedly care about. She Sephiroth them her.
Yeah, she was even kind of
Oh
chill
my
vibes
God.
with like the goblins. She was like, you goblins, you're so annoying to me. Like, I'm like, why did she just like explode with her brain or something? You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
also
cool to
like
hear something too cool.
the idea that I've always heard people say is that like she knows that like we're always going to defeat whoever, so that's why she puts like whoever in front of us instead of it being her herself, because she knows that if it's ever us, that she's eventually going to probably lose because we're the heroes, we're the ones who stop everybody. So that was an interesting that was like a theory I heard a while ago, but that was interesting.
Do you think Illyria is dead?
No.
Nah, no way. I think we even see her, don't we? Like towards the end.
Kind of.
Like doesn't
she's,
Eritor catch her?
No.
She's hanging out in the
Interesting.
mall. It's fine.
I don't remember.
We have to go to
Yes,
the
in
mall.
the
that would be,
mall.
dude.
They said the mall. I'm like, what?
I was like, I would be so hyped to go back to Shadowlands. I think they should keep using Shadowlands because there's so many dead characters that we never got to vibe with, and
Well,
it's like
Immediately I
keep
thought,
going
like,
back.
what is Sylvanas gonna think then? Is she gonna be like, oh, that bitch Zalatath did what? And then come out?
That'd be cool. I like my Sylvanas fatigue was wiped away in that little pre-expansion quest chain. I was like, oh, I like her. Like,
Oh,
so
man. That's all it took.
I'm like ready. I'm ready. And then they got Windwinter Spire, so I feel like they're
Yeah.
definitely gonna pull Sylvanas
Definitely
out of
hyping
retirement.
something up, yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do anything with
I feel like-
Verisa.
I feel like there's gonna be a cinematic though where it's like Sylvanas walks up like as a silhouette, and then she just drops
Yeah.
a one-liner and then aims an arrow at Zalatath, and like, you know, we get another one of those dark heart scenes where she's like, "Rah!" and then disappears. Or whatever.
I was the biggest fucking Sylvanas hater for so long, and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I would really like that. Like, I just think she's cool. I think honestly, like, there's just been so much. I don't want to say worse writing because the Sylvanas writing was pretty bad, but like these female characters have been written so badly that I'm like, but they could probably do Sylvanas, but I don't know. Like, I'm hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful right now.
Well, you got Maria Hamilton. I think she's now, you know, trying to right the ship, and so far it seems like you
Well,
guys are
I
happy
get her in
with
the
peace.
elevator. I'll tell her my ideas.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, definitely cool. And like I said, this is something they can only do when they do separate raids like this. And I think this was a cool idea, and for them to experiment a little bit and do this in a way that we can now, for till the next raid comes out, be like licking our wounds and see the city change and see what the impact of what happened. So that's cool.
the city change was I was surprised. I was like very impressed. I mean, it's such a simple thing, but like I was like, whoa, you know, it's just
Yeah.
not being spoiled on this stuff was really yeah, no, I'm feeling good about this story and raid and stuff.
So, how much of it though then do you think it is people getting spoiled and that ruining it for them? Like, for
Are people
me,
saying they don't like this?
no, for me, okay, I'll give you an example. Some movies I won't watch a trailer for because the way that they sell the trailer like ruins the movie, right? You see too
Yeah.
much.
But Frank, don't you watch reviews before the movie sometimes? 'Cause I remember you mentioning you do that, and you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I will just go like look at their score. I won't read it. I won't.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know, like, did they like it? And if they liked it, I'm hyped, right? And sometimes if they don't like it, I'm still like, well, whatever. I'm still hyped. But I won't, like, I do not try to ruin some movies. I don't give a shit. Like, for example, Tron, right? Like I had to go see the latest Tron because I liked the second one with the Daft Punk soundtrack. It was like the
Yeah.
soundtrack's so good. Anyways, 9 Inch Nails did this one. I was like, I'm gonna go see it. I know it's bad. I'm gonna go see it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'll
fine.
give you the example where I like realized this was a problem, which was Skyfall. I love James Bond movies. Skyfall was like so hype. I watched the trailer so many times because like this looks so fucking good. And then I watched the movie. I'm like, oh fuck, I know everything that's gonna happen. I know all the beats. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
that's
And-
just a poor trailer. Then.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, that's the problem. Like, they are obviously trying to get butts in seats, and so they have to make as much
Yeah.
hype as they possibly can. That's their job. Whether it's, you know, costs the movie in the long term is another story. But like, it makes me appreciate when they're very subtle or even misdirecting trailers and or, you know, like hints to tell you what the movie's about.
Yeah.
Anyways, point is, even Lost, like I love the show Lost, and it got to a point where I started like reading blogs and stuff, and someone spoiled one of the season endings for me, and like from that point forward I was like, oh fuck, this is like I can't look at anything anymore, or else like it just completely changes the way I enjoy
don't
the
like
show.
to be spoiled either.
Yeah. So anyways, you know, they've done a good job, one, not testing some bosses, and two, trying to make sure that all the cinematics are you know,
Locked
locked,
down.
encrypted, whatever. But there is obviously sometimes where you feel like I know where the story's going and we know what the beats are. We kind of even knew like Forge when you're just like, yeah, Zaltath's gonna do something and it's not gonna be like hype or anything. We for the most part got that right. So I don't know what's different about this, but it does feel different. It does feel better.
Well, I gotta say the quality of writing. I've got the Sojourner quest. It took me like 3 weeks to get it, like because I very slowly went through every quest chain, reading it, no music, like just totally engaged with the game. And I gotta say, I was unbelievably impressed with the Voidstorm like quest, like all the side quests. That area is just every side quest is a total banger, and it's really good writing, and it's like there's like a good variety of like kind of funny ones, like interesting ones, like cool lore, like really good stories, like interesting quest design where like there's like a language barrier in one. And there it's just I just feel like there's a lot more care put into building this story and world. And it's like they had a foundation, so like obviously like Keldanos and Silver Moon and Zulaman, those are all like existing places, you know, and I think that found, you know, a strong foundation. They were able to build good story off of it. And that's been huge. I hope they continue to do that with other expansions, like we revisit areas. But yeah, no, I think all of that, good writing in the quest, a simple but competent leveling story, and then a banger raid so far that has an awesome cinematic in the middle of it that's like really surprising and changes the world. Like they are off to a really good start. So
Yeah, imagine
I'm-
what the end
yeah.
cinematic's gonna look like.
I know, and everybody, I wanted to say something in the comments. People watching during War Within and stuff say that I'm so cynical. I'm such an asshole. You give me shit, I'm gonna tell you I don't like it. You give me good stuff, I'm gonna say I like it. Like very simple. Like I gotta give him credit where credit's due. I like it. I like it.
That is true. You do forgive and move on when
I don't hold it against it. I'm not like a total Blizzard hater, and I'm not a bootlicker
I
either.
wouldn't
If it's
blame
good,
people
it's
for
good.
thinking it though, because the way you talk sometimes. But yeah.
One
But I'm looking boots now. I'm like,
Holly
I love
Longdale
it.
took 16 episodes for you to finally agree she was cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really understand what she does still. So, you know, it was in a moment of angry passion. There was a blue post that pissed me off. I had
She
to
wears
take it out on
leather.
Holly.
That's all I
You know,
know. She
She
wears
Well,
leather.
warned
that
us. She warned us about the add-on apocalypse. She said it's coming.
Well, she's a harbinger.
Yeah.
one
she is.
cool thing about this raid too, if you pay attention, I didn't notice it the first time when we were doing it on Tuesday, but I noticed it the last time over the weekend. There's actually a little, and I know they do this in all the raids, and you can always kind of hear some RP going on while you're doing the trash and everything. But this one actually is like a really interesting one because you can kind of hear Xalatath taunting Illyria the whole time, which kind of gets her to become that, to kind of lose control a bit. You hear the Tyrellian and him. Like, I didn't realize those 3 paladins we fight, they're with us the whole raid, and then like after we kill those dragons, they're immediately not with us anymore. So it's like there's a reason for
they
that.
get light
you can hear them.
frenzied, right? They're like, oh
Light
shit,
ain't raged.
Yeah, they get light raged, and they're like, they see Illyria losing control, and they're like, Tyrellian, we don't think you're on the right side anymore, and that's why they, you go and you fight him. It's like, okay, well, cool. Like, it's cool that if you pay attention, you can notice little beats like that as you go through the raid, and I know they've had him in the past, but I think this one in particular they did a really good job with.
Well, that's the thing. I felt like I didn't notice it. I mean, I wasn't looking for it either, but like it wasn't in my face enough to like explain, especially with the paladins. Like I saw one of them emote that they're like, oh my god, I'm losing control, and I was like, oh. Okay, well, there's some control. Why don't I just send them out? Like, hey, go back to camp. We'll be okay without you.
I was trying to like read it back, like between polls and stuff, and say like, oh, like what are these people saying? But it's like it's confusing because there's so much shit in the chat log. Like somebody had the Bran toy, and like it would be like, oh, Illyria yells this, and Tyrellian yells this, and it's like Bran yells.
Some Nerubians.
Yeah, so I was like, why is Bran here? But so it's like when you're just trying to read it back while listening to raid instructions, while people are talking about their weekend, everybody's excited for the raid. I mean, I'm gonna have to like absorb it slowly, the story, but it's definitely there. Like it's there.
There is one thing I need everyone to listen to when we do it this week, and that's when we get up to Salhadar and Zalatat's like, oh, I gave you everything I promised and more than you could handle, or something like that. And then she disappears, and then Tyrellian just says, don't worry, where said something about like, oh, let's get rid of this fallen king. He chose his fate. And I'm like, oh my god, fallen king, that's the name of the boss.
Oh, that's cool.
They said the name.
I gotta say, it's a bit weird. I guess he's fallen for the Salhadar fight, which was so fucking awesome in Manaforge, and it's like kind of weak sauce in this one.
No, actually,
maybe he's like the third boss.
I like it. It's fun.
It
can be the second boss.
More hype on heroic, but it just feels weird to have like a boss that's coming back and it's like a less hard boss. You know what I mean?
Well, he's like weak and like he's overcome with power he can't control. And I will say, doing that quest in old TBC Classic, he was no joke back then either. I thought me and my friend would be able. It said suggested 5. I'm like, nah, we got this. No, we needed 5. We needed 5 for sure. He was nasty.
TBC Classic, that's cool.
Yeah, him and Dementius both were. Yeah,
it's been a long time since I did Nexus. What was it called? Netherstorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, just a total tangent. I wanted to unlock Void Elves because I didn't have it done. I'm going to look at their Demon Hunter customizations. And I went back and did that quest. And it's so cool. Like, you do the quest in, like, old Ghostlands and stuff. And I really got to appreciate, like, how true to the original they were with the new Ghost or Eversong Woods and stuff. I was like, oh dude, like I was just at that tower. It's like, oh, I was just here, like, and it's so cool. Like, and there's the scar, and there's where it used to be. Like, it's I can't reiterate how much I really want them to continue this. Like, revisit areas. Let's see where they are now. Like, so good. Like, it's literally, they did such a good job with it.
All right, we gotta keep this show on the road though. Is that all right?
What's the show? Are we filming?
Yeah. So we talked briefly about this, but the private aura issues. Now there is more coming apparently in 12.0.5 around some of the UI stuff. But it does look like they've taken a hand grenade to the APIs for add-ons right before Mythic Raid and Mythic Plus opens up. It sounds like, I mean, I'm not, there's not like, I haven't watched a video that explains all this to me in layman's terms, but I would guess this is a result of things they've seen Liquid and Method and the like, and Echo. And they're trying to like stop them from using all these add-ons that would effectively make private auras useless and whatever, right? But do you guys feel like this is something that, I'm not gonna say Liquid or Echo or Method should be upset about, because they're like playing their own game, but like I feel like this is one of those headlines that's gonna make the type of people, I'm not gonna say names in our groups.
I know, I can picture exactly what you're thinking.
But then they'll say like, oh man, or like, okay, I saw a comment on YouTube the other day that said like, these add-on changes have ruined the game for 99.9% of players, right? And obviously that's hyperbole, but at the same time, like,
Extreme.
it's like, no, what are you talking about? So I see this headline, I see these changes. I think of Fear.com talking about his interrupt tracker,
You said
or
his name.
no,
Oh,
well,
you said his
but I'm not. No,
name.
I'm not thinking of him when I think of the people who say like
Okay.
I can't play the game. He's the type of person that will just chase an add-on for the sake of having the add-on. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
He
like,
has his add-ons.
but
Like
like that's
he's
one of those
not
things where,
stopping him.
like, does this feed the frenzy of those select but vocal few who are saying like, oh my god, Blizzard doesn't know what they're doing, and of course they're ruining the game for everyone? Or is this like a nothing burger for you guys?
I mean, for me, it's a nothing burger because I don't need anything except customization stuff, and that doesn't have anything to do with it. So I don't even know what any of this stuff has to do with. If you're trying to cheat, like the
Cheat? Ooh, tough word.
Lyraxian thing, like that seems like the kind of thing I would be happy for them to quietly black box or whatever. You know, um, that stuff that takes away the spirit of the game. So I'm guessing that's what this is without reading it, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to read
I
this.
don't understand.
Yeah. I don't have any problem with it. Nothing burger for me.
Lithian, you're our resident add-oner. What do you think?
I think that
Because they're gonna be add-ons that have to scramble on Tuesday to get this fixed, right?
well, I think there's like big wigs and little wigs and things like that. Like, if people can take advantage, then they probably already looking at trying to plan around some of these changes. I haven't looked into this. I don't know what all the changes are yet. But I'm excited to see what I'm excited to see what happens. I know the add-on pack that I use is I'm sure going to use a lot of these things as they get released. So
Are you using Quasis?
I'm no, I'm not using Quasis.
Still no word from Quasi, right? He's still not back?
Yeah, he's he's under the radar right now. But I think I I'm I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Like I said, I haven't read into it too much, but
Well, let's say
it'll be
DBM or
interesting.
Bigwigs or whatever breaks on Tuesday for you as a result of this, right?
I mean, it doesn't impact me that much though. Like, I'm not overly reliant on any add-on right now, and I don't have sounds. So, like before in the last expansion, I was so fixated on the sounds, and there were certain sounds that I would react to all the time, especially in Raid or in Mythic Plus. And now it's like I have to learn how to not do that and actually play the game. So
And are you happy, or are you
I'm
upset about that?
I've adjusted. And I think like we did normal Raid and we didn't have too many issues. I could start to realize when I have to taunt on my own without somebody telling me to
Mhm.
do it. So
Crazy.
no, I don't think this impacts me a whole lot, but it'll probably make some people upset and they'll cry about it, and I'll hear about it, I'm sure. So
I owe anything to add?
You said me, right? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I was just saying, anything to add to that?
Oh yeah. So I'm with Scrap. It doesn't really affect me at all. I don't think anything in here is going to affect anything I'm using add-ons for, even if they do change the thing like the Lothraxian thing. That wasn't anything I did intentionally. That's just how the profile was set up. And yeah, I do think I think any change of add-ons they do now are just going to upset people, especially because, and this was actually something I was gonna say earlier, but I didn't quite get the chance to. I don't even want to bother investing in a whole new set of add-ons because I feel like until we know what the final set of changes is going to be, I don't want to have to keep like changing things or having to set up new things or having to relearn the add-on when it's been changed by a new thing, or if an add-on stops doing something, get rid of it and find a new one. I'd rather just learn the game the best I can, and then just like I said, just try to get anything that's like customizable or something that I need to have or just can't live without. Then I'll put those in too. But and especially now, I feel like a lot of these add-on developers are kind of getting a little cocky with them now being like, oh haha, look what we can do to
Yeah,
Blizzard's
definitely.
game now, with like some of these things they're putting out now at like the upteenth hour. So no surprise that some of the stuff is getting like, smacked down at the last minute. So but yeah, I mean there's gonna be people upset about it, but it is what it is, and just you're gonna, if you want to play the game, you're gonna find a way to keep playing it. And if this is so bad that you don't want to play anymore, then I don't play. I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. Like we're almost we're over a year into since they announced the first things, and yeah, we didn't know how big it was going to be, but I feel like at this point it's here. They're not gonna backtrack on it. If they were, they would have already. So just find a way you can play in the new system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comments right now, and like people are. I mean, it's Wowhead, and the joke is that Wowhead comments are always fucking deplorable, but like people are really. I don't know. I just don't understand like what grounds they stand on to make these kind of judgments about their ineptitude and their incompetence and blah blah blah. All right. Well, anyways, like I said, sorry, go on.
I don't know. I was gonna say it's just weird at this point because like there's plenty of people I'm sure that had a way they enjoyed playing, and when a wrench gets thrown into that, I definitely understand people being upset. But I feel like at this point now, like, don't people just get exhausted with that and just want to move on? Like, I feel like it's just mirroring or like what their favorite creator is saying, or it's just they just want to kick Blizzard while they're down because it'll get them a bunch of thumbs up on like a comment or something. Like
I can't even see, especially in M0, right, or Heroic Raid. I like those people that are commenting saying this is so stupid, the game sucks, I can't even play it, and it's like.
Then don't.
Go
do something else.
Let's go beyond that. Let's go beyond that, right? Like, because I think that's an unfair argument sometimes to say, like, oh, you love something and it's changed. Well, don't love it anymore. Like, no, they want to love it, right? I don't think they do. No, but like,
then you clearly can't.
No, but that's what I'm gonna say. Like, what are you talking about? It's unplayable, right? Like, there's obviously some things that's like, oh, maybe this is a little harder now. But as we've all said here collectively, like, it's also kind of nice to learn how to play the game itself as opposed to play the add-ons, right?
I'm not going to speak for every spec.
No, of
though.
course
I'm sure
not,
there's some people who aren't getting communicated the way they need to.
I think you have to adjust with the landscape. Like if you can't adjust and you can't pivot and you can't like change a little bit and all you're gonna do is complain, then whatever, you're gonna get left behind, and that's okay. I don't care. It's like it's not a problem.
And when I play a game like Elden Ring, let's take for example, since we use that for example, I am not great at parrying, so I don't parry, right? I do everything.
Oh yeah, girl, same.
But let's say you could add a mod to the game that puts up like a thing in the middle of your screen that shows you like the enemy swing
3,
timer
2,
and
1,
it adjusts per enemy. Yeah, and I can hit it every time, and I'm like, okay, cool. Wow, I am really cruising through this game now
I'm
because
good
now
at the
I got
game
this.
now.
Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, this is so much fun. I'm playing a really fun, exciting play style that I play, and I play it with this. And then if let's say From Software's like, yeah, we're not going to allow mods in our game anymore, and then they take it away, like, yeah, it's gonna suck, but now I'm gonna have to find out, was I enjoying playing because I was doing something I was enjoying, or was I enjoying playing because there was a part of it that was being automated for me? It's just you got to find a different way to play.
I know, but like that's what I don't understand. From Software or any other developer, let's just say, like I think that's something uniquely Blizzard has to face, right? And honestly, maybe just within WoW, right? No, not just all WoW shit, right? Like. That people
because it's competitive.
No, but there's like people, and I mean, like I think of Asmongold off the top of my head, but there's people who watch Asmongold for sure who haven't played WoW in 15 years, but for some reason they just like want to hang on to hating it, and they will like continue to go to Wowhead and look at comments and say this game is unplayable, so stupid, everyone's fucking idiots, and it's like, when was the last time you logged in? Oh, you played in Warlords or whatever. It's like. Bro, like, why is this game living rent-free in your head? And why are you able to tell me immediately that you're not going to be able to time a 20 because you don't have an interrupt tracker anymore, right? Like, again, to your point of this parry thing, like, I don't know. I feel like if someone said, like, hey, we don't want you to be able to cheese the, I'm not going to say cheat, but cheese the game, so we're taking it out, and everyone would be like, well, that makes sense, and I should learn how to play the game. Whereas in this case, it's like, no, I that's how I play this game, and it's how it's supposed to be played. And it's like, What?
Yeah, and I got a little lost in my example, but that was the point I was trying to make
Yeah.
is this is the only game where you really have had that kind of a level of custom, maybe not the only game, but this is one of the only big games where you've had that level of customization to kind of make your experience
It's
the
not
way
even
you want it.
customization, right? It's like taking information and giving you more information than the game was conveying.
Yeah, it's like alteration.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And I mean, some of these things, like, people talk about how you can only do good damage on a retribution paladin in classic if you have a swing timer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a cool thing to know now, and it's a cool thing to be able to optimize now, but like maybe that wasn't their idea for the gameplay. Maybe that wasn't their idea of the design back then, and they
Or-
just never thought about it.
They didn't think
even-
anybody would do that.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
even is
exactly.
that how you really like? I get it. There's some people who want to min max and who like, oh, I like the being able to be the best rep paladin because of it. But like, if I want to just play the game and I'm going to be shit because I'm not doing that, is that
Yeah.
the right way to play the game? Right.
Right.
Hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, I don't know what the people are. I don't think they'll ever change. So they'll probably still complain about it, but we'll see.
Like, okay, so let's look at class tuning real quick, right? Because
Yep.
I know it's been a little while. This came out last Tuesday.
Well,
It's
we
been a
we
little
gotta
while.
cover the back and forth of the class tuning, because I think that's been really funny. Like that DK got like nerfed and then buffed and then
I
nerfed
actually
again, like in like
let
a
me
week.
let me find because I don't have like the upcoming class tuning. I
It's
forgot
a
that
bit
came
funny.
out.
I mean, even Devourer was like nerfed and then buffed like in a week. It's like,
Where's-
what are you guys doing?
They're trying to make up their mind.
They're turning the dial, but
Okay.
I'm like, what? Based on what information are you turning that dial back up? It's been like 4
The
days.
the heroic raid.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
logs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. that
So
makes
so
sense.
here's the thing. Dorky, and I'm not trying to make shade with Dorky, but like he made this video that I just completely disagreed with. And don't get me wrong, tuning is all over the place. As
Yeah.
it always, I mean, it might be
mess.
more exceptionally bad right now, but whatever. Like, I don't feel like I've played anything right now where I've gone like, holy shit, that is broken. Except for maybe Bear Druid, but even then, like, I don't give a shit. It's a tank. Let them have their fun.
And they also will fall off as they have to survive more too.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Because like that, yeah, because they can't invest in damage if they're surviving. So,
So-
that always happens.
So like Bear Druid got nerfed, but even then, it's still doing some really good damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still doing
And
alright.
I don't think they got any additional. Yeah, they didn't get additional nerfs this coming week, so it's not like Blizzard feels like they need to continue the nuking. And then so here, Scrap, you want to talk about Devourer and how they're yo-yoing. So they nerfed
Yep.
by 4% last week. This coming week, back
Yep,
up by
buffed by
3%
3.
with other things
Well,
as
then
well.
the collapsing star is huge. 50 to 75 is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait till you
It's
start
already doing
actually
so much
doing
damage.
damage. It'd be
Hey,
great.
Lithian, it's
Hey,
when I
I'm
have
walking
my
here.
4 set,
Hey,
when I have
hey.
my when I
You're
have
gonna
my
be
4 set
sorry.
and my haste, and I know how to play it,
So
Oh,
you're gonna be sorry.
that last
This-
part
this-
is important.
this is the reason
It's
I brought
carrying
up
a lot of
Dorky's
weight.
video though, because he says he like makes accusations that the Blizzard developers are using raid logs and sims, and he says with sims he's like 100% certain they're using sims, but he doesn't back up like
Mhm.
why he's 100% certain.
Well,
to
I
make
assume
their
they're using Sims.
tuning,
How else would
right?
they do it?
Well, no. So here's the thing. If they're using sims, they don't need to make the adjustments every week. They don't need to know what heroic's gonna look like versus what mythic's gonna look like because
Yeah.
they've simmed it and they can sim it at all levels, right? Theoretically.
Yeah.
But like I also don't understand the simming thing because like the APIs, the simming APIs are changing not only constantly, but also like they're still figuring them out in the beta cycle. So what is Blizzard using as a sim in beta cycle when the APIs, I mean, like they may have obviously their own APIs, but they're also adjusting classes like weekly in beta.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't, I don't want to make any
Well,
assumptions, but
they can't be
And-
just using Sims,
or
right? Like
can't
they
be
have to
using
be
logs
looking
either.
at
They can't be
logs
well.
and,
They use logs. I'm sure they do, but they can't be using
Yeah.
it as their like only fixation, right?
yeah, no way. I mean, I think they're just tweaking dials and seeing what happens,
Yeah.
which is fine. I'd rather have a developer be doing that consistently to get it
Mhm.
exactly right. And it's like, okay, maybe like this really only fucks with meta chasers, I feel like. Because
Yes,
I know
absolutely.
we had a couple people who were talking about jumping ship off Druid and people joking, like
Well,
Ziglo was saying,
Unholies.
yeah, but Ziglo he
Look at
was
this
saying,
shit.
joking is like, oh, I weathered the storm and now we're back. Like, so this is
Yeah.
only sucks for people who are like they have to play the meta one, and then all of a sudden the character they're gearing it's like not meta. It's gonna be regular. Like
Dude.
that ruins their fucking day. For me, I like that they're trying to get stuff even. They've done a
Yeah.
pretty good job with that. in the past couple expansions, and if they keep tweaking it for like weeks, like I'm happy that they're investing in that, because that really is a lot of my enjoyment of the game comes from
And
balance meta.
honestly, even if they know Sims, even if they did use Sims, there was like a Sim that came out a couple weeks ago that they were talking about. This is the expected like single target raid damage, and we see the logs. It's not even close to
Not close.
what the Sim said it
Not
was going to
even.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there's also
insane.
like I'm sure the Sims are like very patchworky, where there's like
the way.
now that I'm
What's going on with
I know what the
Arcane?
fuck. Now that I'm a caster
Frank's vibe.
through and through, I understand that skill expression is more important than Sims a lot of the time
Well, and
than how you
that's the
group your Sims.
problem.
So
People are so fixated on meta. They're so
Yeah.
fixated on these tier lists and everything
look at
else.
that balance druid who's so
They
far
don't
ahead
even-
of the pack. Like look at him.
They don't even
Like,
know
or
how
is
to
it
Probably
balance?
play.
zesty.
That's
Yeah,
zesty,
like-
bro.
Like it doesn't matter if balance druid is at the bottom, he's still at the top of the meter for us,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
It's all about being able to play the game well, and I feel like people get fixated. They switch, they move classes, and then I do the same thing, but I do it for a different reason. But
Yep.
you know, they move classes and they do a bunch of stuff, and then they just suck at the game. So
No, I mean the game, and thank goodness, is not designed with the meta chaser in mind, because then
Yeah.
they would be hesitant to balance things. You know, like the fact they're trying to
well-
keep things in line with each other.
it isn't built for that. But the problem
Yeah.
is the population skews in that direction because of what they see.
Wait, was that
Uh,
hunter? You know, that feral druid who's just the worst person who's ever done it. Why is he even in there? Go back to the
No, well, so
the other
I'm gonna
graph.
bring up what you guys
Wow,
were giving me hell about last
so
night,
funny.
right? So I had a stream pulled up. Max's stream is my memory, but you guys are accusing me otherwise. Anyways,
No, we know the
where
truth,
No,
Frank.
I'm
we know
fired
the
up.
We did
truth.
the
We know the
I'm
investigation.
truth.
fired up was playing Arcane Mage, right?
Yeah.
And if you were to look at these things right now, you'd say, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, Arcane Mage F tier, jump off cliff."
Oh,
right?
is that arcane? Oh my god, what's with Fire Mage? There's like one guy playing it.
Yeah.
Look at down to the bottom below.
Yeah,
Arcane.
yeah,
It's just,
yeah, I
it's
don't
just a guy. It's
Um,
fine.
I love
look,
looking at these where
arms
it's
is
all
even
over the
worse.
place.
Anyways, so the point is though, is that like if you look at this, you'd think, "Oh my God, Arcane sucks." But then on the stream last night, I'm fired up was like doing insane amounts of damage on this fight,
Yeah.
and it's just like
I wonder if he has some
it's
set
insane
pieces,
what
like,
people like
compared to-
tell themselves. Like Unholy is still doing very well, and
Yeah.
they got nerfed by 20%, by the way, which maybe was a little heavy-handed, but
They're
still
fine.
is they're
They're
still in the
fine.
top. You know what? Top melee. Yeah, they're the top melee spec overall, and it's just I can't. I don't know what these people are. Anyways, sorry.
I'm
I
starting
just
to enjoy data though. Look at that feral druid. It's at the bottom.
Race to World first is
Look
interesting
how look
too.
no the one on the bottom end, Frank. Look at him all
Oh
the
no,
way
yeah,
back.
yeah. He
Why is
Where's
what
the-
happened?
He was vibe building. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what happens when you vibe build.
well, okay. So this and this is obviously
Click on
early.
him. I want to see what he looks like.
No, I don't know if it'll show me.
Can you
But
do
like
that?
this is all about
No.
quartiles, right? So this is the what is this? The
So yeah, there's
tops-
multiple people. It's not just like
so it's
one
like
guy.
50
who
to
fucked up.
75, 50 to 20.
Yeah.
No, I don't need it's whatever thirds. But anyways, like
I don't know
the play,
statistics.
the skill expression is so big.
It's so
from
vast.
People
Yeah.
who are like in the bottom, let's call it third percent. That it's just like again, Arcane. The middle ground is so wide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
It's cool. This graph is
the
cool.
point is I'm trying to make like I think obviously Blizzard needs to have a lot of information. I'm sure they look at the Sims people run, but they're not making decisions off of it entirely. I'm sure they look at Warcraft logs and the like, but they're not making decisions entirely off of it. I'm sure they have their own systems in place like Sims or whatever that they're not making entire. And then of course they probably just even have like a vibe feel to it, like where, hey,
Yeah.
this just feels like it's maybe doing too much damage, or if in the right hands, it's going to just do too much damage. And then again, they'll like tune it based off the fact that the ceiling's too high or whatever, you know?
And-
Despite the
I
fact
really
that
do visualize them with
80% of the players are like playing down here.
It's also tough too because like you got to think like let's take warlocks for example. Like let's say
Yeah.
demonology warlock itself in a vacuum does not actually need to be the highest DPS, but maybe they give it a little bit of a buff because they realize that the fights in the raid maybe
or not.
are
fair for
not.
it.
Yeah, so maybe that's why a class like that might stand out because they buff it in a way that is thinking about that as opposed to another class which is okay, this class is actually really well attuned for these, so let's make sure this isn't going to stick out as like an outlier and people just stack a bunch of them. So I think there's probably even more to it than we even realize that isn't just math and numbers. I think some of it might
Yeah.
have to do
It's
with
complicated. I mean, it's also gonna
encounter
start to get
design.
really complicated when Mythic
That's
Plus
true.
starts to come in, because it's like something that's really broken in Raid is like what's keeping it viable in M Plus, like just barely.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if some of this tuning is in preparation of that. Like they're probably doing testing with that too, and seeing like, okay, this thing, it really needs a little buff or a little something,
If
but we can't buff this because then it'll fucking mess up the raid spec. I mean, it's so complicated. Like you got to give them a little
Gearing
bit of
obviously
leeway
is
on
still
this.
not done yet either.
Yeah, and gearing, like
Yeah.
this is not with the
Yeah.
corsets in mind. This is not with like with people who have perfect stat lineups and all their crafted gear and perfect trinkets and stuff. Like just
Embellishments.
you guys, people who are digesting this data, this is coffee talk. You know, it's like
It's
something
coffee talk.
something to talk about over coffee. Like, oh, did you see the 3%? Yeah, that's crazy. It's not something to get upset about or go to the newspaper, the town crier.
I
Like,
just don't understand
it
what
even
Dorky
out.
was like.
Yeah.
Why did he make that video? I get it. It's
Dorky,
not.
let it
It's
go.
not good, but it's
It is
not
weird.
like it's give it time, and they know. I don't know. Everyone just
It-
says like they don't know what they're doing. It's like we've talked about the last two expansions have been damn near flawless when it comes to tuning for the most part, and it's like why all of a sudden do they think they have their fingers up their asses or something?
Well,
Sorry,
I've
Ashley.
been saying like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, but it's kind of like in a coffee talk
Yeah,
sort of
sure.
way. I've got
You're
my
just-
coffee cup, and I'm
you're
like,
being facetious.
isn't it funny? Did you guys see the weather of the tuning this week? It's like, oh, isn't that funny? They have no idea what they're
the
doing.
weather
like,
of the tuning. That's
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
All right, you were gonna
yeah.
say something. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something to the tune of I feel like the real responsibility Blizzard has is they need to just make sure that if a group of, let's say, at the very least like 10 friends wants to go into a raid and they're all
Yep.
playing whatever they
Yep.
want, they can clear it.
Yep.
I think that's the goal.
For sure.
And I think if people's idea is I need to use this first 2 weeks to prep characters that I'm going to play for the season, and they're mad that the reason why these 2 weeks exist is to actually tune the classes because they do need the live playing, because I don't think there's testing they can do internally
It's not
that they
perfect.
can get without the players.
Yeah.
And not only that, there's plenty of players that are on the beta, but they get more data when they can see the wider range of players playing it too. So I think that
Who's playing the beta?
that's-
The tryhards and the sweaties, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
dwarves.
Yeah.
And so when the everyday schmuck comes in and goes, hey, I'm ready to play, and they see, well, that's like good. I'm glad Devour or whatever was doing really well on keys for the people that are really tryhard. But when Scrap gets her hands on it, whoo, stinky, right?
Look, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that the collapsing star going from 50% to 75%, that's just gonna make me feel worse about fucking it up. like that's not the kind of buff that I want is for them to like have the cast time of it, because it's so long. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Huh.
You
Anything you want to add,
probably will.
Lithin?
No, I mean, you guys kind of talked exhaustively about a lot of this stuff. I think
That's our
tuning is
job.
tuning.
Hey,
I feel like these
Brewmaster's
folks.
flying under the radar because of Pharaoh or because of
Well,
Guardian, right?
Brew is doing great, by the way. But I think these folks have been doing this stuff for a while. I feel like they have a good handle on it, so I'm not super concerned about it.
Don't get me wrong, Arms Warriors, I get it. You're a little worried. Why is nothing here? But
Well,
maybe they're being patient. Maybe they're waiting for more.
I think we had an arms warrior in the raid that wasn't Shawnee, that was in the middle of the pack, that
Well,
wasn't doing too
no,
bad.
they're like right
So-
here. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
in
so
the
they're
middle. Like
fine. Yeah. I mean, it's all about how well you play the class, more so than the tuning. The tuning helps, right? Might
Sure.
make it a little bit easier to get up
For
there,
sure.
but if you're good, you're gonna get up there. So I don't worry about it too
Yeah.
much. It's all about who said it? Mojo said it was about the pilot, not the
hell,
not the
not the plane.
Yeah.
If you had a raid with every spec, but every player was really good at the spec, the person who's at the bottom might be an arms warrior, and maybe they're at the bottom of the damage, but they're actually really good damage for arms warrior. So
Yeah,
it's
that'd be
like,
better
the
than our
Parsing
whole
98.
raid.
yeah, like so.
All right,
It is what it is.
let's keep moving. Beating that dead horse every week. How you guys
Love it.
liking Mythic? The new season is officially in it. We've seen Skyreach, we've seen Seat, we've seen Pit, we've seen Algathar. How you guys feeling so far about the season's dungeons?
Dude,
Now I'm
let me
bored of
tell
them
you.
already.
Let me tell you about zeros. Mythic Zeros are trolling central. Like it's
You
just
have to troll or you're gonna be bored. Like you
yeah,
have to
it's just
get more games in
constant
it.
troll. Like I'm
Yeah.
tanking and I'm like trying to figure out what my route's gonna be, and all of a sudden Scrap's pulling stuff. She's like, "Oh, my buffs are up." She's in meta, just
Lith, can
standing
I
there
tell you
like
that
an
I've been
idiot.
Dude,
pulling
it sucks
nonstop
for
for you
me.
all week because I'm just like, come on, Lith, we can do more than this.
It sucks
Like,
because it's like it takes me
yeah,
forever to build my meta up and then the pack is over. Like it's not designed for
everything
Mythic
dies so
Zero.
fast.
So I have to just I have to pull for you because then you sit and Phoenix was fucking entrapping me like in the Sky
Oh,
Reach
when
the other
he was
like
tanking, oh my
he would
gosh,
he would
dude.
walk in front of me and then stop and then I would run into the mob and he'd be like, "Why are you pulling?" I'm like, I'm
So
literally being entrapped right now
I
into
was
pulling.
healing, and he didn't hold aggro on
All right,
anything
let's
for
not spend the whole
anybody.
night shitting on Phoenix,
Wait,
right?
okay,
He already got.
put in
I brought
put,
Megaset in just to shit on him. Don't worry, he's got his.
I'll put in the timestamp part shitting on Phoenix time. Like he'll love that. He would love that shout out.
What are your 2 winners and 2 losers of the dungeons?
I
dungeon
gotta
pool?
I wanna pick. I gotta say I love Skyreach. I'd never done that
What?
dungeon before,
Ugh,
and I think it's kind of fun. Like
hate
out of all of them, it
Skyreach.
kind of stands out. I don't know. I just like it.
I like that they brought back Alcathars. That's always fun. That's
Alcathar is
always a
good, but
fun one.
honestly, that first pack is gonna make me so angry. As a Devourer Demon Hunter, it's bad. I don't like it.
So we've been talking about the vibe build and I was playing on my arcade mage and I've been beating Haywire throughout the night and then I got killed on the first pull and
Oh,
he
you're done.
did
You're
not
done.
stop fucking railing me about losing them on the meters. I was like,
If you
Jesus
fuck up that
Christ.
first pull, you're done. You might as well hearth. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Like just like have a nice night, log off.
The other one I'd mention is Pit. Like Pit is so open that butt pulls are just gonna
Yeah.
like I watched Stoop just pulling stuff, and every dungeon I did with him, he was just butt pulling stuff left and right, which is fine in a zero. But I feel like Pit is gonna be one of those places where you
It's
got a lot
standing
of
out to me
people.
as enjoyable too. I don't know if I'm kind of just like on a nostalgia trip or something, but
What?
like Pit and
Which one?
Skyreach, I was kind of hype about Pit.
Which one? Oh, Pit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good one.
I just like
it's
the
pretty
look of
quick.
it is like so nostalgic. Like so I
Yeah,
don't
if you have a
know.
good route, it's pretty quick. I just
Yeah.
haven't done percentages yet because we're doing zeros and everybody just wants to fly through them. So
I
Yeah.
ask Annie,
I like Nexus Point Zenith too. That's the other one. It's cool. It's
you
fun.
just like them all, man.
I ask Annie,
I
Which
do.
one do
I
you
don't.
not
I don't
like?
think I don't like any of them.
Oh.
So
hey, I ask you, do you
Yeah.
have any that you like?
Like,
Yeah,
I
I like Magister's Terrace. I think that's a winner. They did a really good job with the bosses in that one. I think they did a good job at making it so the trash in there is kind of split up in sections. So while you will have repeat trash, you can kind of get a different flavor of it. So I like that. I like that the void part of it's a little bit more different than the initial part where you're fighting like the mages in there and the bosses are fun. That's a cool one. Another
There are some
winner,
fights where when you're
it's
playing them on M10 or what Mythic Plus or whatever, that are
yeah.
gonna be so much more enjoyable that I don't think you get a chance to enjoy right now because they go
Yeah.
down so quickly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm feeling. Like.
exactly. It's tough to say. It's tough for me to pick another winner and a couple losers because I don't think there's any dungeons I hate. I'd probably have to say I guess Seat might be a tight loser because I think it's going to be one of those dungeons that there's a lot of little things that people are going to mess up that are going to maybe make it a bit tougher to enjoy. And also I think when you get to like the 10 and higher, the damage in it's actually pretty crazy. So I think
Even the
that'll
tank is
be
involved.
I think that'll be a pain point for a lot of people. And I'm gonna say Algathar is a bit of a loser only because I think it's
I'm with you on that. I ask you.
if
Why?
it, like
Oh no.
Because
So
you died in that poll, Frank. You can't hold the whole
No.
dungeon accountable for
No.
that.
so it's not even fatigue from having done it recently. I just feel like compared to all the other ones, it just feels like it's just like so like easy and like there's not a whole lot going on in it. Like I don't know, it just doesn't feel like there's a lot to it really.
But
Like
the bird
It's-
boss is crazy.
No,
There's
but
so
that's the
much going on
thing.
in it.
So okay, this is why I don't like the first boss is fun, right?
Yeah, it's
and
fun. There's
and all that.
dancing.
Well, and just in general, like the trash is fun because you get to hear it. But then everything after that is just kind of like meh. The bird boss is not that fun, right?
It's
And
engaging.
people are always trying to do it the same way it used to be done, and it's not that way anymore. And
Yeah, is that in
everyone
Keystone
wasn't
Kindergarten?
doing the orbs at
It's
all, and they don't realize that we're gonna wipe the second.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I have it on stream when we were doing it. There was a run where I was, I think, healing it, and Lithian was tanking, and I want to say it was you, Haywire, and someone else was in there with us, and
Me?
no one put the orbs in. I was trying to put them all in myself, and I couldn't get the
Well,
last
I
one
didn't
in.
do the orbs.
Right?
No.
And then the boss just kept throwing me around for like a good
Oh yeah.
40
I
seconds.
was like, I was like, why am I getting knocked? And you
I
literally
remember
got
that.
knocked off the cliff. You
I
couldn't
was just
even
like
get
trying to stay alive, and I like
Yeah.
kept Lithian and myself alive. Lithian luckily got us across the finish line, but it was like
Yeah, I was in that one.
I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the
So
worst.
bad.
And then like the trash has been neutered to a degree where it's like not as deadly, but it's also kind of like all the boring parts of the trash.
yeah.
Everyone keeps trying to keep, again, they took the line of sight thing for those big mana worms
Oh,
out.
gosh.
Everyone keeps trying to do that
People
shit
are still doing it.
Yeah. And then tanks will run into the Veximus trash and think, oh, I can do this the same way I used to do it. No, you can't.
Yeah.
We don't have as many interrupts and stops as we used to. And everyone's
Yeah.
getting
Free
put to
packs.
sleep, right?
Frank, that's something
And
I
then the
want
last
to call
boss
out.
is boring as shit.
Yeah, last boss
Yeah.
sucks. Something, but the trash leading up to the last boss is kind of fun. Like that you
No,
pull it
they even
all
neutered
and-
that. They neutered that trash too. One of the mobs
if
just
you pull it
casts and
all,
does
it's
Everything is
nothing.
just
bad.
everything's just neutered. It's fine.
Can I say something I noticed with these dungeons?
Sure.
There's a lot
No,
of
no, you know what?
casts.
No, you can't.
Yeah, no, I can't. There's a lot
Yeah.
of casts you have to kick that are
They're
important.
not.
There
They're
are not a lot
They're
of
not.
casts you have to kick.
No.
You're over kicking. There's
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
over
typically
kicking.
there's
Yeah.
typically one cast that you want to interrupt, and the rest of
Yes.
them you can.
that, if
but
that.
Trust me, I am not over kicking.
You're not
No, but you're
kicking at
kicking the
all.
wrong shit.
Like
Well-
I see repel, and I'm like repel, and nobody will kick it.
I
and they'll
know,
just
I
I
fly
just
know.
all over
feel
the
like there's
place.
a lot. I feel like I'm getting yelled at a lot to kick, and I thought that kicking was going to be optional now.
You
That's
are
what I was
getting yelled at a
promised.
lot to kick because
Optional.
the things I yell at you for are things that have to get kicked,
I
and you're
don't
just sitting there in your
Yeah.
meta doing whatever you do.
I do 3 things because that's all the buttons I have on my bar.
This is why again, pugs are gonna have a harder time, I think, this season, right? Because the cast like repel or whatever, everyone's gonna just immediately start interrupting things that they're not supposed to
Oh,
interrupt.
The fear in
Yeah.
Oh, the
like,
void
Masters.
terror. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the other
So
side of it too is that people are gonna be doing, instead of interrupts, they're gonna be doing knockups, and you might waste an interrupt, right? Because I've had
Yeah.
that happen a couple times. So pugs
Yeah.
are gonna have a harder time this season for sure. And this is why I think that, again, either focus macros or, I bought this new
Oh.
keyboard where I can now mark all these targets so that you guys can always get your triangles or whatever, because auto markers don't work anymore.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's actually the auto marker is huge. Like that is something I've noticed in the runs
Yeah,
that
but
we're
scrap,
severely
you
lacking
don't
in.
care to learn what the other thing you need to interrupt is. So like, what difference?
I know,
does
but
it make?
like it's so much easier for me to be like I'll kick triangle as opposed to like I'll kick the
But-
one that's casting right now and then it gets kicked. Like
Scrap.
it's just very
There's nothing that's stopping you from doing that. Why don't you just say, I will kick triangle and mark triangle?
because that's a lot of fucking work for a Mythic Zero.
It's
That's-
not.
that's
well,
a
no,
lot of
sorry,
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For M0,
That's a lot
sure,
of
maybe,
work.
Yeah.
right? But what I'm saying is, it's not a lot of work, right?
She's gonna use that same excuse.
You can have a
on 10.
hotkey that
Can I
just
use
marks
it?
everything the same marker. You say,
We'll
I've
see
got
what
diamond,
excuses I use.
right?
Yep.
And that's, again, the focus marker even makes it easier because you don't even have to look at the mob. You don't even have to, you have a ranged interrupt, right? So you
Yeah.
can sit there and have a focus
gotta
that
be
just is the
facing it.
second you see
Well, I
that
better
cast
be
bar start
facing it.
glowing, right?
Yep.
And then you just go, cool, I know I need to hit it. And it doesn't even, like, it'll switch for you. Like, that's, all right.
But
getting
I'm
off my soapbox.
casting always though. How am I supposed to kick when I just can't. It's just
That's
just take
that's
off
that's
my
a you
plate.
problem.
Just take that one off my
Alright.
plate.
So
Somebody
Io
else
and
can
I
do
are
it.
saying Algathar is kind of a stinker. I agree
That's
with him.
good.
Although,
It's
in
good.
fairness,
Say,
as DPS is still pretty fun to like kind of try to pump the meters.
Stinker is I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad
It's
dungeon.
C
I
plus,
think
maybe.
I think in a season where I find a few of these dungeons a bit more interesting and more fun, I think it doesn't stand out as much.
My,
I
on.
would say before I give it back to you,
Relinquish
Scrap, I'm gonna
control.
try to pick one more winner here other than Magisters, and it's tough because, like I said, I'm gonna say Pit just because I think it's cool to see how a dungeon like that could be brought up to the
did a
modern
good job
day
with
and
it.
how they did a pretty good job with it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so as well. So those are my two: Pit and Magisters for wins, Algathar and Seat for losses.
well, I just remembered the loser, Windrunner Spire. There's so much gap in between packs. It's killing me. Like that you have to walk down the ramp
And the
for an
RP.
hour and the RP. Oh my God.
I will say
Fuck off.
I consider making that one a loser because of how linear it is, but I do think I enjoy it. I don't know.
You
I
like
love the
elves,
last
though.
boss. The last boss is, well, I think they neutered it a little bit, but I love the last boss.
But the
Yeah,
last
last boss
boss,
is
I mean,
good.
it reminds me of that dragon in that stupid wind dungeon. Like you just jump over the thing, and there's less stuff in it than that wind boss.
There's
You know what I'm talking about?
There's not. You just haven't had enough time to see it because it dies so quickly.
Yeah,
You
there's
just
just
you're
way
probably
to
right.
You
it.
just wait, Scrap.
I
You
don't
just
think
wait.
I don't think any
You'll
of
be
the
sorry.
bosses. I
You'll
don't
be
think any of the
sorry.
bosses stand out. In fact, a lot of them feel like the first boss is like a hook boss. It's like, oh, it's like, the hook boss.
I actually really like that one. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
do
better
too.
version of the
And
necrotic wake one.
Whatever.
A
It's
good
not
game mechanic
interesting.
design where they have the little arrow now that will transfer
Oh,
based on who's gonna
no.
get hit.
Yeah.
Hold up. And there's even more that's really cool about that boss. That boss is sick because you also have the little fixating mobs that are also
Yeah.
curses. So
Yeah.
if you either do the mechanic or if you have a curse, decurse, boom, you get rid of them.
And
Easy
it,
peasy.
and it doesn't punish
like
you if you don't
anybody
have curses, but
knows.
it's nice to
I
have.
was
Yeah,
gonna say I
the
didn't
boss is
notice.
sick.
I didn't notice there were.
Well, because you don't have a
ads for it.
decurse, so
Yeah. No problem.
And then
I mean,
just
then there's like a
and
bird who puts fire.
then there's the floor management too. That's a
Yeah.
obviously that's not a hard mechanic, but making sure
I'm
people
curious
aren't
how
the
far
longer
you
the
can
fight
pull
goes,
those
it's the harder it
guys.
is, right?
Yep.
But can you pull them all the way up the ramp without them
No, but
resetting?
they
How
have
You
far
can
can
pull
plenty.
them.
They have plenty of space though.
Almost that whole like room area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty
Yeah.
much pull them.
We'll see. That's my loser. It's long,
true.
annoying hallways.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep moving then. Yeah.
Yeah, move it.
All right.
Okay. Speaking
keep
of
on moving.
M plus, we're gonna try our hand at MDI again. We
Always.
we apparently got auto signed up because I guess they just said, well, you guys did it last
No,
time. You
I
did-
signed.
you did-
I signed up.
No, I know,
and
but
then
like,
I signed you guys up.
well, that's what I'm saying. The second you signed up, we all got signed up with you, and I thought that's strange, but okay.
Yeah, it worked.
You know, we're a little worried about Shawnee. Shawnee is currently fighting a back problem,
Back
and
injury.
he is not playing pretty much, but like an hour a day, if that.
But that's for MDI. Like it's like he doesn't have to gear up for it or something. Like it's
No.
No,
like
he doesn't.
But he has to.
No,
he
but
has
yeah.
to get
yeah,
some reps in.
Yeah, he has to like really build
He
muscles.
has to
on
know
this.
the dungeons.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. It's in the dungeons.
So we could be playing at BlizzCon if we get really good.
What are you fucking talking about? When have we ever?
Wow.
When have we ever
I-
become within sniffing
know,
distance of like the
we-
top 50 or whatever the fuck?
Haywire and Shawnee are both already like, I'm gonna be out of town. One's gonna be in Canada, the other one's gonna be in the United States, and they're just
Play on each
flipping.
other's computers. Like, why not?
So I'm like, golly, guys.
Well,
I didn't
luckily,
even look at the
I'm the
date.
healer and you're the tank this season. We just got to find some
what's
pumpers.
the week? What's the date?
April 15th is qualifying.
Oh, April. I'll be home. I don't do shit in April.
Until you do.
Well, I don't have any money because I'm paying my taxes.
I'm just thinking now because again we're on our road to BlizzCon and episode 100 we've lost an episode, so when you have one to give, I'm gonna be at the beach in June. I'm gonna have to do a remote podcast.
I'm gonna
that
be
week.
at
There we
the
go.
lake in June.
We'll
Maybe
do
overlap.
it, and then we'll
I'm gonna do it like
the
they
podcast.
do on like like if news is interviewing someone. I'm just have the
Yeah, you
AirPods
just
going
have a
like,
microphone.
No, I'm not.
Wait,
even
what
doing
week?
You're
Do you
on
know the week
site.
in June, Frank?
that.
Whatever it's the same week as me.
June
Oh my
23rd
gosh.
through the 30th, I think.
No, I think I'm the one before that. Because it'd be funny if we both are streaming from a beach house, like
Just separate beaches and
Separate
separate
beaches.
places.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys
mine's
are
a
on
lake,
location.
We'll do like Shark Week, man. That'll be like
yeah,
our big.
Shark Week.
All
Yeah,
right, sorry to derail us. All right. Anyways, I'm excited about MDI. I'm excited about seeing the grand finals at the very least at BlizzCon. That'll be really cool.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
we're gonna
Yes,
still
you
have our
will.
jerseys, Frank, right?
Of course.
Okay, well we gotta work on that.
All right, now we got some little things to talk about. What do we at? We got time to run through this quickly. 12.0.5 has gone up on the PTR. We've got some previews. I don't really have a lot to say other than Decor Hunt sound like Decor Duel, I guess is what they're calling it now. Sounds like
That's
it's gonna be
prop
fun.
hunt?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that'll be really fun. They have some sort of, I'm not even gonna worry about this, but what I do want to talk about is we did officially get some information on the Voidforge. So
Oh yeah, what the fuck is that? I like keep interacting with it. but not-
it's the new dinar system as far as I can tell.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But it's a really different system.
I
I
put points in today.
this came out when I was gone on the cruise, so I've
Roofus.
tried to keep up with it, okay? But this is my understanding of it. So instead of dinars and instead of being able to get your
Oh no.
just buy whatever you want whenever you want kind of thing. bonus rolls are
terrible.
coming back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want bonus rolls, man.
No, bonus roll. I love bonus rolls. That's the best.
So what happens is in M
I love
plus,
gambling.
it takes one token to
hate it.
roll. In raid, it takes 2. Okay.
Do they recharge weekly or do you just get-
So I think you get. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know the answer to that. But
Yeah.
like the point is that you'll be able to have enough to like roll, let's say twice or 3 times a week, kind of thing, right?
Okay, I was gonna
Um,
say because if this is like finite, it would be really.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think it's finite. I think it'll just continue
yeah, it's
to go.
recharges. That's
right?
good.
But the thing that I really like about the system is that if you bonus roll and you get an item, let's say it's like the helmet you don't give a shit about from the boss, you will be guaranteed not to get that if you roll again, right?
Oh, that's really cool.
So that's nice. I don't know if
This is
there's
cool
any
bad
way
luck
to.
protection.
It is the bad luck protection, but I don't
Because
know.
you could still have bad luck.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I heard correctly that if you're in M plus, it'll roll the myth track gear of the items as opposed to like a heroic version of it. So like let's say you wanted to get a trinket from Mythic Plus. Normally you'd have to only get it from the the vault to be able
Vault.
to get myth track. Well, no, this will allow you to get myth track version of it, right?
If you're in a
Mm.
certain level, right?
At 10 plus, right?
Okay.
So
It
Oh,
still
10
seems-
plus is easy.
If you get 3 rolls a week, then you're guaranteed 3 mythic items a week. That seems there's got to be some.
no, I don't know if it's guaranteed to get you loot. It might still be like where
Hey,
you roll and
you
you get
lose-
gold,
You lose the roll, you get nothing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I'm not certain of that, but that's how it's always worked in the past, that it wasn't necessarily guaranteed to give you loot in the first place.
This is a fine line to walk between like broken and.
I do not like. I
But-
don't like this at all.
How do bonus rolls work in raid?
So it takes 2, okay, so crap, you get 2 a week
Yeah.
2 a week.
Um,
Okay, I like
yeah.
that.
for either gold, marl, or veteran crests.
Oh, you have to
vet-
buy them? Fuck
yeah.
off.
So that's how
Give
you
me
do.
them.
That's how you do it in the past.
Yeah, I remember.
And raid costs 2, mythic plus costs 1. Items have a knockout list. Again, we talked about that. And the rewards is myth track for
No,
mythic
the
plus.
bonus roll works that it'll drop an extra item for you, IO. You're not gonna steal
For
someone's item.
you specifically.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
individual. Yeah.
No, that'd be crazy
So-
if you use your bonus roll and then I roll 100 and you have to
snipe.
give me the
So,
yeah,
let's
you have to give me the
say
weapon.
We
Yoink.
killed the.
Yoink.
Let's say we kill the dragon boss or whatever, and I'm trying to get like the trinket or whatever.
So here's the example they have.
the stair trinket or whatever, and it doesn't drop. What happens then?
You'd roll this and it
So
might
yeah,
drop.
so like okay, it doesn't look, maybe gold isn't a factor in this, that you can quote unquote lose the roll, right? But let's say you have the boss. There's 8 items you could potentially loot from that boss, right? When
Yeah.
you roll, and again, because you only get 2 a week, you only get to roll once in the raid. You're gonna roll for one of these 8 items. Once
You
let's
get
say,
one for sure.
yeah, I'm not certain of that, but let's assume it for a second.
That I
you
like
get-
that.
Yeah, I think that's what it would be. But you get the Amberfron bracers, right? But you want this
Yeah.
Hurricane Heart. Well, next week when you roll, Amberfron bracers will not be listed on this list,
Yeah,
and you'll
you can't
only
get
be
it
rolling
twice.
between the 7.
So your bonus roll doesn't guarantee you the item you want the first time you do it.
It
It
does guarantee
guarantees
you an
you
item.
one of those items in that list.
At
That's
the
better
very
than the
worst, you'll get it
BFA
on week
one.
8. And this is
Yes.
like an
Yeah.
extreme example.
You're gonna
because
get it eventually.
usually you
Yeah.
don't have
But-
8 items that you can loot.
right.
Yeah.
So it's
When do I get this at 0.5? So
0.5, yeah.
okay.
yeah, it's a
Let's
while.
What
say
now?
we kill a raid boss and it drops the normal loot it would drop, but then it would drop something extra for me that would be this based on this.
Yes.
Well,
Just
if
the
you
loot table.
win, if you win the item without the bonus loot, you don't have to do the roll.
Well, the question is, if you like, okay, so let's say I want this Ranger's Captain insignia, and I picked up Eternal Void Song Chain from the loot normally, does
Yeah.
that remove it from my list?
Well,
Yeah,
it
that would be
should.
it would be
It
interesting because
should.
what if
But
I
knowing
get
Blizzard, it
the
won't.
what if I get the Void Song chain and it would remove it from my list, but I need to give it to Stoop or something? I'm not going to give it to him because I don't want to
Maybe,
have to
yeah.
have it available to
So-
me still, you know?
Okay,
Yeah,
so we kill a boss and it drops 3 pieces of loot, and I use my bonus loot. It now has a 4 piece of loot that is only mine.
That's only
Yes.
yours, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. that is
okay.
correct.
That's
okay.
how, yeah.
It's not part of the.
You cannot
The
trade
loot
it.
table.
You cannot. It's just like
Yeah,
it's between you
It's
and
yours
God.
forever. It's
You
yours
just
forever.
get
You
it from
and
the,
God.
and
Yeah.
then you just get it from the Voidforge.
I don't know. I don't know that you did this unless it comes up in the screen or something. But this is for you.
It's
Yeah.
completely secret.
Yeah.
I will say, Frank, we could implement yoinking bonus rolling in our raid. Like that's just
Oh
like
my
loot council.
gosh.
Like I want to use my one bonus roll of the week and see if I can take
Get
Io's
the
set
get.
piece.
Why don't you
Like,
go
You
get?
mean
Why don't you go
until
get
this
Pie's
unlocks?
spreadsheet?
yeah,
Go get
until it's
Pie's
unlocked.
spreadsheet
Yeah.
and
But
use
isn't that
that.
what we're doing in the first place with the rolls to begin with?
No,
No.
like okay, we roll, right? Io
Yeah.
wins the weapon. I say I want to use my bonus roll. I get to roll again, and I might get it from him.
Does he have
And
to roll
That's-
again, or do you have to just beat his original
if he
roll?
wants to take it back?
No,
he wants to use
no,
his
no, no.
bonus
No, I think if
roll.
you're gonna do that, you have to beat his roll with your second roll.
Yeah, that I think so. Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, that's
exactly
something we
what-
can hammer out the details in our own personal
No,
time.
that is terrible.
That's hilarious. And it
No,
means
because
we
like
win.
if Io won, he won with like probably like a 90 or above. Like it's not likely she's gonna roll better than that. Anyways,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when she does,
When I do,
it'll be really
so
upsetting.
the question then
everybody
is
only gets one bonus roll. It's
the question
fine.
is, I think it's impossible to argue that this is technically a better system for your gear, right? However,
Then just giving you what you want.
well, yeah, then you
Yeah,
just like
like-
systematically hunting what you want.
This
But
is more fun though.
I was gonna say, is
More
it the better
engaging.
system because it's more fun? So it
I
sounds like
think
Storm
it's
says
more-
yes.
Down real
Yeah,
quick.
I think it's more engaging, for sure. Like this is gonna make me want to run raid more
yeah.
than just like, oh, I just need 3 dinars and I get the thing I want and then I'm done. Like,
Scroll down a little more.
especially that this affects
these
mythic
upgrade the
plus.
items, the void cores, they increase the item level of a fully upgraded hero or myth or maximum quality to
Yes.
All right,
it's what
following the
they do in the-
Voidforge's construction, Decimus will ask players the system in crafting the hammer, a powerful tool capable of manipulating ascendant void cores, which is this thing right here, to empower worthy equipment. Upon completing this warband-wide journey, players may begin acquiring.
Oh,
void
that's
cores.
like the turbo boost. It just
Yes.
gives it a
Yes,
higher.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it just
They're changing they're creating it. They're doing the same thing as before, but they're doing it differently, slightly
Yeah.
differently.
Of all the dinar systems, I like this the most because it makes me the most want to engage with the game. However, I can understand people who are upset with this because this is a more convoluted way to get the thing you want.
Because you have to engage with the game.
Yeah. Well, it's also like it's bad luck protection, but you can still have bad luck. So it's not like 100% bad luck protection. It's
tell
just like
you,
bad luck, like nerf.
My monk gets no loot ever.
Yeah,
So
dude, Hayward, you got to sacrifice a goat to Blizzard like Hayward
yeah,
did.
Hayward joins the group. He gets
Alright.
all the loot.
He gets
so
every
Scrap.
piece of
You
loot.
think this system is for the most part better?
I like it.
Lithian,
I think it's terrible, but you know
Okay.
it's fine. Well, we'll see how it's implemented and,
Yeah.
and all that. But
I
don't-
want
I don't
Scrap
like
to make sure we pay attention to when the Panalo rolls on a tanking trinket out of M plus or something that he really wants, and he wins it on the first try, and he just goes,
Yeah.
"Hell yeah!" And then we're gonna hold it against him that he said
But
this thing sucks.
But the thing is that the other option you could have had is to just pick it.
Yeah,
he
I
wanted.
want to just
Well,
go.
like-
hold on though. But the thing that's nice
Yeah.
about this though is that you because in the original Dinar system, the first week you did get to pick something immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then you had to wait 3 weeks, and it was also kind of like, well, I didn't run a lot on this week, so now I have to kind of catch up. And
Yeah.
like that's not the case anymore. It's like every week is a new role and a
I'm
new.
okay
I
with
also
that.
like this because like with the dinar system, it's like I kind of had everything I wanted, and it's like there's not really any like huge upgrade. Whereas this, it's like I'm like, oh, I could get a slightly better statted thing.
And
I'll use it on bracers.
Dinar's only worked on trinkets and stuff. Yeah, like you're saying, like this
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
used to get that last slot that you weren't gonna get from Dinar's.
Yeah, I want like a bracers or a boot or something like that. That'll be
You're
cool.
gonna get a boot, all right.
boot.
You too. Okay. I ask you, do you think it's good or bad? Better or worse?
It's probably worse, but I think it'll end up being better because I don't think like when you get on like a alt or
Political.
something, you won't have to kill a random bunch of raid bosses or try to run a bunch of dungeons. You'll just in theory have these kind of stacked up that you can just start
You
using
said it
right
was
away.
worse. It's worse, but it's probably gonna be better.
It's such a,
Well,
a
yeah, well,
diplomatic
but listen,
answer.
that's like what we're saying on paper. This is clearly
No,
quote unquote.
I think it's
worse.
worse, and it's gonna be worse.
No,
It's
but he's-
worse because you can't. It's gonna be when you have another character. It's gonna take you less time to get the items to get a chance at an item. Whereas before you would have got the item you wanted, which you would have had to invest a lot of time.
Yeah, like
I mean, we'll see.
on one
We'll
side of
see.
the
we
coin,
don't know. Do we
on
have,
one
we
side
might,
of the
you might have to
coin,
invest time.
it's better because, like he said, as an alt, I can just go buy my 2 rolls every week if I'm not playing my alt very much, right? Like, let's say I haven't geared it up yet, and I can immediately start rolling the second I go. But on the inverse, though, if I need something out of raid, in the past, I could just kill the boss once in a pug or whatever and be done and go buy my thing. Whereas now I have to go back to that raid boss and kill it again on heroic or whatever to be able to make sure that I can get the loot I want.
Well,
So-
yeah, we'll see. I'm
But
excited.
to the point of like, now I'm engaging the game more. Is that,
Mhm.
so I don't know.
Yeah, who wants to engage anymore?
I mean, I could see this make us keep playing the raid for a couple weeks after the 0.5 patch.
Yeah,
Which
we-
we
we
don't
get-
raid after 0.5.
We get AOTC and we just
Yeah,
stop.
we're not raiders, like
we're not
we're
farming.
out.
We're not
Yeah.
farming the raid.
But I feel
Alright.
like at the 0.5 patch it'll be fun to go back to the raid for a couple weeks, like
I'm okay with it.
just blast it.
All right. Well, we are about 10 minutes until we're wrapping up. I can do one of two things. We can talk about the Jeff Kaplan podcast. It's like a 5-hour podcast he did with some dude that apparently is not a
I
very
don't even
nice
know who
guy.
that is.
He's the guy that effectively he quit because Overwatch 2 was not turning into what he wanted it to be.
Mm.
Or we can just
Oh.
go through rapid fire news, and Jeff Kaplan can just kind of not be a thing we talk about.
I
I
don't
feel
care
like
about Jeff.
rapid fire news is probably more up our alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Scrap, you want to talk about the people who are getting banned for exploiting knowledge points? You said that they are innocent no matter what, but
I said plausible deniability that they,
I mean,
that
sounds
they
like
didn't
they got
exploit it
7 days.
purposefully. I think with something like this, they should just take that away from them and not ban them. Just say, oh no, you don't have it anymore. Take away the money they earned.
I was gonna say that's the part that's a problem, right? Is that it's not that they had the knowledge, it's that they may have made a ton of gold quickly.
Yeah, fucking drain their money and fucking and
Maybe easier said than
Drain
done, but I get
their
your point.
money.
They've got to
their
be able
money.
to see how much money they've made.
Sure, but how much of it was valid versus how much not? Like, are we robbing people?
They
for
should
the things
give them
they
a
did
choice. Here's what I do. Give you a choice. You pay 500K or you have 6 days off.
Or they just give them 6 days off. It's fine, or 7-day ban.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it's only going to benefit the people who would do this, which is make the rich richer, and then
Right,
they just pay their way
they have
out.
so much. Yeah, it's a law for the poor only.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think they fucked up with their game. People made a lot of money.
So
you
for
gotta
those who
cut your
don't know,
losses, let it go.
you could buy like the plus 10 knowledge points, I guess, from Renown, but like you could buy it multiple times, so people just like spammed it and then got stupid amounts of Renown or knowledge points. I said that I feel like the average everyday person wouldn't be caught up in this because even if they were to realize the mistake of like, oh, I can buy it again, like once they bought it a second time or third time, they go, something's not right, and would have stopped, or like
Nah.
right.
I can
Or-
see somebody who's not tapped into the
Of course,
matrix.
Scrap, of
Who's
course,
just
yeah.
like,
It's
oh,
not
I guess they took
impossible.
the.
But
They
they
took the
also
time
wouldn't have made
that's nice.
16 million gold. They wouldn't have gone like, oh, and then like lost their
Are
mind.
they
crafting.
only banning people who made 60 million gold, or
Well, we don't know that answer,
Yeah.
right? I would be on the assumption of they didn't hunt down everyone who just like purchased, let's say 2.
Yeah.
They probably went and saw there was a huge influx of gold flowing, and they said something's a problem, and then went after the people who made gold. That's my assumption, but we don't know. Of
And then
course.
they're gonna come in here and jack up the transmog prices on everybody because they put too much gold back into the economy. Like,
Okay,
fuck these guys.
question.
Actually, ban them for life.
No question. Wait, who's fucking up the transmog economy?
No, I said these guys because they keep having to drain money out of us because the economy's out of control or whatever. So like these guys
They
are
being
making it
Blizzard.
worse. No, these dudes. Yeah, Blizzard's trying to drain our money with transmog.
But now I have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
Are you paying for as much transmog as you did in the past, despite the fact that you've been getting tons of gear and haven't had to pay a cent to transmog?
Well, so the thing
shut
is
up.
that I bought. Hold on, I bought like 30 transmog slots
Well.
on my hunter.
We don't know
and
why
so
you
now-
did that though.
What? No, but now I have to fill out 30 transmog slots on my demon hunter and that costs 1,600 a piece.
By the
you know?
way, did you? This is a
Expensive.
quick. I don't have it pulled up, but I saw a tweet. In 12.0.5, they have new transmog conditions, including weather and time of day. So like when
Like
it
an
transitions
umbrella.
from afternoon to, yeah, exactly, where like all that
I
kind of stuff.
don't fuck with the transitions. That messes with my immersion. Like my character just clothes change the second I walk
No, but you
in,
could
into
literally make it
water.
so that you have an umbrella the second it starts raining.
See, that's kind of cute. I like that. I will say the issue, one of the issues I have is on my hunter. I had all my 30 transmogs set up with a one-hander, and then now I use two-handers. So I had to go and edit all of them, and that costs money, to edit
I'm
all
not
of
saying
them.
it doesn't, but you didn't have to edit. Okay, anyways.
I
All
did.
right,
Excuse me. I did
let's
have
keep moving.
to.
I ask you, Lithian, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Not
Don't
about transmog.
exploit, but if you do, expect to get banned. I guess I don't know.
It does seem a little heavy-handed though, 7 days, but
It does seem heavy-handed. It doesn't solve the problem because in 6 days they're still
But-
gonna have the 5 million gold they
But
made.
no, I was gonna say, but would it be
Wow.
heavy-handed if you were to see that they like not only made like let's say they made 30 million, they just like kept transferring it off their characters, right? So
Yep.
all right. So I just came across these the other day. I wanted to shout them out because
Oh,
there's some
cute.
secret decors hidden in the Pinterest and
Not
the
so secret anymore, damn
Zillow
Frank.
thing, right? So I pulled it up here. Apparently, if you refresh this over and over again, you'll get. Oh God, I can't even see it here. Can I not even zoom out on this? Come on. Oh my God. There we go. No, that's not even helping. All right. Anyways. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
This
my goodness.
You're
Greener's
just making it
Plant
worse.
Nursery. No, it looks better on the screen.
Oh, free sample.
So if you click
Cute.
it, you'll. Oh, I better make sure I had that. There we go. Okay. So now I'll get
Bro,
this.
this reminds
in
me
the-
of like Neopets, like
Yeah,
browser
seriously.
games where you get like a free item by clicking some random
All right, put this
bullshit.
back. Okay. But there was a Pinterest hunt in London. And so if you go, you can get
Hoop.
them. Someone kindly on the. I think
Oh,
it was-
birdcage.
right?
Cute.
So yeah, you can get a basketball hoop, a birdcage, or
there a bird in
like
it?
a Beauty and the Beast rose. Why is it?
Yeah.
Let me click it.
Oh, dude, I want to talk about Astalor. I love that guy.
there
Oh,
is
yes,
a bird in it.
Oh, I want that. Does it move?
Yeah, he bounces.
Oh my god, how do I get that? I need that now.
Wow.
What the fuck? I need that now.
It costs $10.
No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
fuck
No,
you.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
You're gonna start my
But,
rant.
like-
I absolutely
but,
crashed
like-
out this week.
But like, I could see, for example, Stoop. Like, oh, I have to have this backboard out in my backyard.
Yeah,
you
Stoop's
know?
been working on his house a lot. I actually
Yeah.
gotta go visit.
So
He's telling me about it.
I haven't been
Um,
back to the neighborhood since the expansion dropped, so I don't care.
I still want to work on my house a bit more. Yeah, click that one. I want to talk about the prey guy.
well, so okay. So first off, how
I
has-
love. Hold on.
Okay.
I love the guy. The guy
Yes,
Astalor. He's so funny.
people are saying he works for Sire Denathrius. They think that's like
Oh my
a
god,
connection.
he's so iconic. I'm obsessed. The voice actor's so fucking over the top. He's cracking me up the whole time.
Gosh.
So I've enjoyed the prey system. It's fun.
Anyone
spent
done
some
Nightmare
time
yet?
at- Yeah. it
Yeah,
was
I've done.
easy.
I got all my nightmares.
But-
I will say the first time I did the nightmare, I died like 3 times in a row because I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like he will tell you to go kill something, and like there were multiple times where there was like fucking nothing, and I was like, I guess I'll die." But once I kind of understood like occasionally you might have to kick something, occasionally so like just make sure you have a kick, make sure there's like a small like guy for you to kill, and I blasted. I did my quickest one was like 8 minutes so far, so it's
Yeah.
not like
You could-
hard.
You could burn through them with the traps now, but
Yeah, the traps.
if you join our community, you get to join our Discord in voice and
Mhm.
listen to us imitate this guy
Yeah.
in voice.
My favorite
We
thing with
did that.
Prey so far is
I
that Fear
love
was
it.
waiting outside a dungeon AFK, and his prey came and killed him.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
funny.
that happened to me too. Actually, like I fucking landed and I was changing like my YouTube video or something, and I like came back and he was immediately telling me to kill for him, and it had like 1 second left. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's not cool.
You're being preyed upon. What do you want?
Yeah, I gotta say I like the prey system. The nightmare difficulty is like a little bit fun, but it's not super difficult. I kind of wish there was one more above it, like one more even more difficult. That actually, I guess there is some difficulty. Like I want to get a faster time, so I could see myself engaged with this a
But
little bit more.
is this a feature that belongs on the box to sell the expansion?
I like it better than delves, and I like it as a delve substitute. It's because
Oh.
it counts in the delve vault slot, so like you
Yeah,
can do
it
this
does.
instead of the delves
Can you get heroic
yeah.
gear off it?
Yeah. Well,
from the vault.
for the
yeah.
Yeah.
for the first 2 you get gear, but I don't think it's heroic gear. I think it's champion gear.
But you can
but-
get a map for the delve,
But yeah, you can get a
which
map
turns
for the
into
delve,
heroic gear.
or you can get the item to spawn the boss to get the map.
That's what I
You
got.
can't just
yeah.
get the map. but I think it's good. Like if you're doing world quests and you're doing world quests in that zone, it's easy. It's an easy, you could just do both
Yeah.
and
It's
knock
the
them out.
perfect hanging out in Discord activity. Like if you're just hanging out in Discord, it's like I'll just bust out a prey real quick. Like because it's super mindless once you get the feel for. Oh, I was gone. Once you get a feel for it,
Where'd it go?
and I get so much enjoyment out of the guy. I love the guy. I love him. He's awesome.
His voice is great. I
They
can't
just
even. I don't.
they made
I
him
need to
so
learn.
yeah, we need to work on the impressions. They made him just
Yeah.
like if he was a little bit less over the top, he would be so lame. Like
Mhm.
I would be cringing out of my skin. But they made him
The
just
guy.
Is
over
he
the
like the
top.
vampire from Baldur's Gate 3 that's like everyone fell
He's
in love
way
with?
worse. He's way more over the top. Like
The guy sells it. He sells it pretty
he sells
hard.
it. He
So
sells it. I'm obsessed.
Well,
yeah.
that's good. Speaking of
Yeah.
delves, Nemesis Hall of Fame had closed within like 30 hours or something like that. So Scrappy
Yeah.
didn't get your
No,
Your
I
Hall
did
of
the
Fame?
first tier and it wasn't too bad. I gotta say, he was getting chewed up and spit out even in the first one. Like he does a ton of damage. So I on a DPS, I was like, I think it'd be really hard to do.
Oh, I was trying question mark earlier, and
And your
there's
tank though.
yeah, but there's a mechanic that one shots me every time, and
Yeah,
I
that you
need to.
kick.
No, it wasn't the kick. It was something else, and I got to read up on it
Is
to
there
see
an
what I'm doing
extra? I
wrong.
haven't tried the question mark because like I was taking almost my full health bar and damage to white damage like
Mhm.
just because of my gear right now. So I was like, eh. But is there another mechanic? Because I looked at the Wowhead article and they didn't have any extra
There
mechanics.
aren't. The damage output's a bit
Damage
higher,
right?
and there's an orb that goes around that
Yeah,
sucks
that's in
you
the normal one
in.
though.
Oh, is it? That
Yeah.
must not have lived long enough for me. But yeah, I think it's all the same. I
See
just
that I
think
find that a little disappointing because like the ramp between like Kaiveza between the two was like yeah there was a damage up but there was like a total mechanical
well, but
like
I think there's something you have to do when he's doing one of the casts that you can't kick, and I don't know what it is.
okay.
So I have to figure it
Tell
out.
us in the
I wanna
comments.
I want to play around with it, but I think doing it as a Devourer Demon Hunter, like I'm not comfortable in the spec, and also like you're getting whacked as a caster. I'm just like, I'll do the question mark later.
Yeah,
What about the pussy wagon?
the
You don't care
the
about
mount's cool.
I'm gonna
I
get
think
it.
the mount's cool.
I'm gonna get it, but I honestly I want to shoot for the Hall of Fame next season. There's just too much to do. Like
Yeah, there was a ton.
right
You
now, so.
you have to jump on it like right away.
Yeah, but
Like
I'll do that. Like, because there will be nothing to do at the beginning of next season, like except for that. Like,
No, this won't open up until M Plus opens. up.
yeah, it doesn't open till M plus.
wait, this does it? The Hall of Fame.
The delve boss doesn't
The
open.
question mark doesn't.
This season's different because we had a heroic week, which is not common, but it happens sometimes in the first season.
Yeah, you know what? I'm put it down now. Next season, I'm gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
put
this.
it-
I'm gonna get the Hall.
I'm gonna write it down right now.
You'll have
And
9
I'm
not
hours.
here.
9 hours to get it done.
Like if that's the first thing I did. That's the thing. I was just like not motivated to work on this because I was.
Well, you're trying to figure out Devourer, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm not comfortable. on
What's
this
the
spec, so-
likelihood that they buff it to give more slots next time?
I hope so. I heard from a lot of people that it was surprisingly easy, like to do on tank and stuff like that. So maybe the difficulty needs to be ramped up instead of the slots being pushed out.
Okay.
But it seems like people are engaging with it and hype about it. So yeah, maybe they should increase the slots
Yeah, I think
or have 2 tiers.
like is it really going to
Hall
kill
of
them to
Fame
have like let's say 10,000, right? Like I mean that would have been okay. Now it's like 24 hours after launch. It worked.
What if they do one that's like you know how there's like cutting edge and what's the one before that's even better than that? Like the top 100.
Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Hall of Fame, yeah. So like what if there's a Hall of Fame, a cutting edge, and then everybody gets it whatever. Like 4,000, 10,000, and then you guys just
And then everybody else.
Scrap.
Well,
you guys
the,
don't
the
care.
question mark is the cutting edge.
Yeah.
No, but what if there was 2? What if there was Hall of
Okay,
Fame?
the
Well,
one question
Holler-
mark
Hall of
is
Fame-
the AOTC.
No, what if
Hall
one was Hall of Fame, one was Holler of Famer, and
Shut
then
up.
No.
one was
Oh my
general
gosh.
admission, you know?
Oh my
I'm a general admission guy.
Yeah, general admission, yeah. That's what I don't understand what's complicated about that. There's a 4,000 cap, you get a really good title. There's a 10,000
It's
cap,
like-
you get a pretty good one.
All I can think about is the Fast and Furious names of the movies, and that's like what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, Too Fast, Too Furious, Faster
I'm
and Furious here.
I'm
You know,
not a
like
creative genius. Just the concept. Listen to the concept, Frank. Is
the
that
concept
4,000 you
works.
still
The
get something.
concept is
10,000 you get something
Hall of
else.
Fame exists for Raid, Hall of Fame exists for Delves, and then
wasn't
there's Cutting Edge, and that is the question mark.
it wasn't super
Okay.
hard. The first 4,000 people killed it, got it. If you didn't get it, too bad, so sad. You were too slow. Sonic the Hedgehog's waving at you in last place,
Yeah.
and you just deal with it. Get on earlier next time. Get it.
Yeah.
Nine,
get
9
good.
hours does seem a little like fast compared to like
Yeah, that's
other
pretty
Hall of
quick.
Fames, right? So I do think they need to either bump up the difficulty or push out the
I'm too casual for all that.
amount. Nah, I'm hitting it next season.
Okay.
Mark
Alright,
my
what's-
words to
what's-
be the only
what's
thing
next?
I do
Last
for
thing,
2
Rufus.
days. Rufus.
Oh, I gotta
Okay,
buy that.
Rufus.
I keep forgetting to buy that. I gotta buy it.
Buy your
Uh,
wolf plushie and lion plushie too if you haven't already.
No,
Before
I'm not buying
Hearthsteel
that.
goes crazy.
I'm
No.
not buying that.
so I want to allow
No.
I want to allow
No.
my fellow non-picket line crossers that you're allowed to buy this because it goes to charity. But
No,
no,
I am
you,
gonna buy
you
this.
can't do any other Hearthsteel content. I'm telling
I
you,
won't.
you cannot. And
I
this pisses me off, Frank, because you get 1 bed, 1 dog bowl, 1 house. Let's say I
What-
want
why
2
do you need
dog
2?
bowls, so you can
No,
have a
so-
water and a food.
What they've done with most everything, and I can't confirm it. Well,
Mhm.
actually, I should go look because I bought this. Is that
Yeah.
you can go to a vendor and buy another one of these, right? Like
Well, you better fucking confirm
For
that before I go on my
Hearthsteel.
rant.
It's only for Hearthsteel.
No.
Dude, Frank, you completely missed. I had like a 30
By the way,
minute
this
long
isn't a
crash
dog
out.
bowl. This is a hot tub that they just shrunk down.
See, that's the thing. I might want
if-
to make a hot tub. Another hot tub.
Scraps crash out on the Hearthsteel the other day was
Dude, I had an
stupid.
insane crash out. Like
Well,
I'm,
that's why I
I'm
wanted to talk
really
about Jeff
upset
Kaplan.
about this.
Okay, let's quickly.
No,
okay?
What-
no,
what-
because
no,
I
what
can't.
is
I
Jeff-
can't have a fast crash.
No.
What does Jeff Kaplan have
So
to
Jeff
do with
Kaplan,
Hearthsteel?
Jeff Kaplan left
Did he
Overwatch.
apologize?
No, he was pulled into the CFO's office allegedly, and the CFO
Mhm.
said that if Overwatch didn't make X amount of money, and it was like in the millions, by an X amount of date, that they were going to lay off 1,000 staff. And he said
Did
to
he
Jeff
say
Kaplan,
this?
yeah,
He said that?
He said that on the podcast. And he said,
Okay.
Jeff Kaplan was told by the CFO, he said, if that happens, it's your fault, is what he said. And that's why he
Okay.
left Overwatch, right? He's like, this isn't what I signed up for, and they've completely ruined the game, right? But I
Cool,
heard
good
that part of the story.
Whistleblower.
Well, no, not really, because that's how all
Mm.
corporations and games work nowadays. But I heard
Yeah.
that part of the story, and I immediately thought of your crash out in our conversation from 2 weeks ago
Mhm.
about like what is the ends of Hearthsteel? And it's one of those things where I keep thinking like, if this is what makes the CFO and the shareholders happy, because some whales come in and will spend stupid amounts of money for something that you do not need, right? None of it's needed.
Mhm.
Then like, is it really that bad to make sure people stay employed, despite the fact that yes, the corporation should obviously like value every worker more than the shareholders and their profits.
Yeah, no, I'm not
But
going to
that's the world
support
we
that
live in,
crazy
right?
CFO. Like
Sure.
that guy should
And you have
lose $1
every right
million
to.
dollars.
You have every right to. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you should, right? But what I'm just saying though is that is it as harmful as you? Maybe I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but is it harmful that these things exist despite the fact that they don't give you player power? It's really just for fun and shits and giggles.
Again, I've had a hard time nailing down why I think the auction house mount is chill and fine, but the Hearthsteel is like absolutely ruining my enjoyment of the game.
Mhm.
Because that's where I'm at right now. But I think it's just like the predatory feel of it. And I actually watched a video, and I'll see if I can find it and link it, where a content creator, he had taken the blue post that they had released in like the fall of the promises they had
Saying they
made about
wouldn't do it,
Hearthsteel that we
Yeah.
talked about, and lined out specifically where they broke the promises immediately.
Yeah.
Like one of the things they broke the promises on is there's gonna be no leftover currency, and you can only buy them in increments of 100, 200, and there's things valued $7.50, things that are 10 cents. So you're having leftover currency. So that's just
Yeah.
directly a promise broken.
Yeah.
And the other thing they said is that they're not going to have things that are limited time. And the first pack they release is limited time.
I think
it is,
I think the bundle is limited, but yeah, I get your point.
but just that the first major
Yeah.
drop that
No,
they come out with
they
is
shit the bed. They shit the bed. Let's not.
explicitly breaking the promises they lined out. Oh yeah, and then the other one that he had lined out is that like the bundle, like they're not gonna bundle things and make it like confusing about like this is a better deal or is this
Yeah.
a better deal, and
Yeah.
and so they just like every promise
Yeah.
they just went and broke it.
And
broke
you
it,
have
broke
every
it.
reason to be upset about it, right? I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not trying to defend what
So
their
I'm gonna
bullshit is, right? I'm
continue
just
to be
saying,
upset
like,
about it. Like I think like what you're trying to line out is that like, oh, like you should be a little easier on them because it's not the artists, it's not necessarily the game directors
yeah,
who are making these choices. It's like, well, tell me who to be mad about and I'll be mad at them. I don't have to be mad
yeah,
at the wrong
be
person.
mad at the
You're saying,
CFO.
yeah, so I continue to be mad at that guy.
Sure.
Like if you tell me who's
But
the guy who's causing the problem, I'll be mad at them. I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna,
but what I'm
that's
saying
fine.
is, and again, I'm not advocating for this. I want to be clear. But what I'm saying is, okay, let's just use Roofus as an example, right? You
Yeah.
saw him, you thought he's awesome, but let's say it wasn't for charity, right? Like, let's say it was just like a $10.
Oh, I'd throw him in the absolute garbage can if he wasn't for charity. Fuck him. I'd never see him in my life.
But is it because you're mad at the CFO, or is it just because you don't see value in Roofus?
I don't want to support the practices and
Okay.
the broken promises, and it's not worth it to me. Like, there's enough in the game, for that's fine. I could build a doghouse. I don't need a doghouse, right?
Well, I don't think
I'm
the
just
doghouse is the selling point, but yeah, okay.
whatever. There's like 20 dogs in the game that I could already have. You know what I mean? Like
Which one
this is not something.
builds?
I don't give a fuck. It's not even that cute. I buy the charity packs like every year, but like I if this was just Hearthsteel, I'm standing by it. I'm not gonna buy any
I get
Hearthsteel
it. Yeah,
anything.
I get it.
Like and
bought
I
a-
encourage
bought a
other
cherry
people
blossom.
not to cross the picket line on
I
this
bought
one.
a cherry blossom tree, and I'm gonna put it right in front next to
I
your
bought one.
house.
I bought one too.
Anybody who buys a cherry blossom in my neighborhood gets kicked out.
No,
Like,
you don't
yeah.
have that power.
I'm the mayor of the Outer Banks.
She said-
All
Yeah.
right.
she
Well,
said
guess what? I'm
you
putting
would
cherry
kick me out.
blossom tree. I'm gonna buy 10 more and just make a whole.
I
little-
told Lithia and I said, if you want to spend $7.50 to fucking troll me,
$2.50.
that is unbelievably cringe.
I wouldn't do that.
Whatever.
But,
$2.50
but-
is still too much.
well, $2.50 maybe. That's not terrible.
No, look, Scrap. I think you have every right to be upset. The way I look at it is one of those things where they're doing this because the CFO said so, right? And
That
every
doesn't make it
CFO
more
and every
okay.
CEO is a villain, right?
Yeah.
But the way I look at it from my perspective is I'm not going to feel guilty if I say, oh, I really like that cherry blossom tree. It's $2.50 and I can afford that and I'm happy with that. I
Mm.
see value in $2.50. I don't want to punish myself because I feel like I'm like, it's whatever. Like, just do what you want. And if you don't want to, that's totally cool. But at
Yep.
the same time, what I would advocate against is saying, hey, the people who are breaking the picket line, who are what's the term when like someone breaks the picket line? They're not scrubs, but
Yeah.
like scabs, right?
Scabs. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Scab behavior.
No, like don't just enjoy.
I'm gonna have a
It's like your
sign
game,
pointed
your
at
money.
Lithian's house that
Again,
says scab.
it's yeah.
Wow.
And that's fine. Like that, you should do that if that's the life
My
you want to live,
yard.
right? Because he's flaunting it with his cherry
Here's-
blossom trees.
Here's
But
where I was crashing out. Like that was the basis of my crash out, and also like the windows, them charging per window and stuff. I had an extensive, detailed crash out.
Mhm.
But Stoop was starting to spin me up because he was starting to say like, if this is what their promises they're making the first drop they come out with, imagine what they're gonna do after the second and third and fourth one. He was like, dude, they're gonna start.
I don't think
like,
it can get much worse. Like the
well, no,
how
it
bad they
can. Like
fucked
he
up.
was saying that, like stuff like the having the pets and mounts like walking around your house. He was like, what if they put that behind the paywall?
Yeah, but that would
like,
be the nuclear option. If they did that, they would go to war.
yeah, you just said you don't think it get much worse.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I
that
don't think
would
they do
be
that. I don't think they
obscene.
would.
Or that you can have 2 pet slots, but if you want that third one, it's $7.50.
That's more
you know?
likely, but I
Like,
don't think it's
or
likely.
the only pets that can walk around your house are the ones you buy from the store. The only mounts that can walk around your house are
Scrap,
the ones they buy from
I
the
get
store.
it, but I don't think there's evidence to support that's what they will do. Right?
I'm
They're
just
going
no,
to
I don't think
skirt
there's
the
evidence to
line
support.
with doing what they can to make money by giving you really cool looking things, right?
But
But-
is it? Are you
but
a
the
little
second-
bit? Yeah, I was just say, are you a little bit anxious that the first
No.
drop they're already trying to take a
No.
lot of ground?
No, I think if anything, when we saw that blue post, we should have known better.
On what? Oh,
that the CFO was going to intervene or whoever, right?
So that when they say blue post making promises to us,
Yeah, we
that
should
you're
have known
always
better.
like, look at what they said. Okay, I love that from you. I want you
Yeah.
to remember this moment so that I can clip this later. Next time Frank's saying, look at this blue post. Look at all
You're
the
not
stuff
gonna
they're
do that.
promising us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember. I'm writing it down so that I can
what's
say
worse is she's going to
playback.
bring it up and mangle
I
it
am.
in a different
No.
argument That has
Well,
nothing to
good
do with
thing-
this.
Good thing you'll have the clip then. But I'm just saying, next time you say there's a blue post about paladins working as intended, it's like we should trust them or whatever.
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna
I
play
didn't say
back
you
the
should
clip.
trust them on the paladin thing. That's exactly my point. You're mangling it.
No, I'm just saying there's many times you told me to trust
Okay.
a blue post and trust what they've intended, and now I have a clip
I
of you
told you
saying
to trust
don't
Holly
trust
Longdale.
them.
That's who I told you to trust because I believe in Holly
Did
Longdale.
she sign off on this cherry blossom
Probably.
pack?
She
Holly
probably, she probably didn't have a
Longdale
choice.
Fuck her.
only cares about
Everyone
making
has a
World
choice.
of Warcraft. She only cares about making World of Warcraft Disney and
I'm out on Holly
butterflies.
again.
All right.
I'm totally out on Holly.
Now we're going into the point where we're talking
I
about this too much.
fucking
but-
warned you not to bring this
and
up.
I'm putting a stop to it. I'm putting a
Okay.
stop to it. All right. That's where we'll leave it at that. Any last words from you,
Okay.
Lithian?
No, I don't
No.
have any last words.
No. Why am
drink
I even on a
whiskey, be
podcast?
happy.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
Drink whiskey, be happy, man. I that's what I do.
I
And
ask you any
you
last
know
words?
You know
Oh,
what?
hold on. He's got
looking-
one.
He's got words.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to next week when Mythic Plus comes out because I
Me
get
too.
to hang out with my friends even more.
We're gonna be
And-
streaming and having a
and-
blast.
And let me tell you, if you don't have any friends, join our community because we have plenty of people who love to troll me for no reason. So
Dude, we have plenty of people who love to troll Frank, but he gave us a reason is that he pays us
yeah,
money to troll him.
Frank gives us a reason to troll
Yeah.
him, and I'm 100% down with that. But
Dude.
I get trolled for no reason. so
Toxic
it's
Jar
fine.
update. We put about $100 in it in one day.
They can see it every episode. They can see it, and it wasn't $100. It was $40. Thank you very much.
Okay, but it's past 100 now, isn't it?
Yeah, we're at 140.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
gonna eat
yeah,
good,
dude.
Scrap. We're gonna
Dude,
eat
we're
good.
eating so good.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Excited.
Hell
All right,
yeah.
I ask any last words.
In the comments, let us know what your favorite raid boss is if you did it, and let us know which dungeons you think are the winners and the losers from the M0s. That's it. I'm
Scrap Claw.
just curious what people think.
I'm excited to announce that I'm quitting Devourer as our episode title next week
Oh,
after I
God.
do M+.
I was gonna say what? That's the
Like I'm looking
so
forward to
anticipate it, right? The hot off the
anticipate
presses. Okay.
Yeah, anticipate that's gonna be the clickbait title next week because I'm already getting.
It's just
pissed
gonna
off
be
in the
fuck
Mythic
Devour.
Zeros.
That's gonna be the thumbnail.
Yeah, it is the most rage bait spec of all time. It literally just makes you
Dude,
angry at the tank, angry at the healer. Like
I'm so excited for y'all. Hayware's gonna say stop. Scrap's
Yep.
gonna say go.
yeah.
And
I'm hoping in Mythic Plus it evens out a bit because right now there's so much ramp time and then I still have meta for like an hour in
Scrap.
between
It feels exactly like Arcane did, right? You
Yeah.
need to be in tens to make any good use of it because like counting to 4 and then trying to use my shit. Remember, I had to use
Yeah.
like 16 seconds worth of build. Of course it sucks, right?
Yeah, yes, that's how it is with Devour.
But
And then
once I was
it's
in
like by
Mythic
the time
Plus and doing tens, it was
yeah.
like great, you know?
Yeah, but what I'm envisioning is that I'll be able to ramp and pay off in the same pack and then like do it every you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that I won't be like stuck inside of meta and then Lithium's like, why are you still in meta while we're walking? I'm like, fucking go to the next pack! Go to
No,
the next
you don't
pack!
get to get mad at him for
Yeah.
trolling you when you just said
I
that
know.
like you're incentivized to troll me. All
Well,
right.
that's true.
I don't have any. Oh, I can't wait to see Project Hail Mary. Apparently, it's getting really good reviews and people are seeing
oh
it.
yeah, I do want to see that.
I wanted to see it
Right.
Saturday night, but we couldn't get a babysitter because everyone in the city is like weird. Okay. Well, that's episode 77. Again, we only now have one that we can afford to give up on our road to BlizzCon episode 100. So you can expect to make sure
Can
that
we
we'll
just
do
skip a number? Like we just
just
like,
sneak it in.
Just
And
randomly
that's
make
the
the
end of
number
episode
higher.
87 today, everyone. We'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bump
All
a
right.
10.
That's our backup.
we're gonna have integrity, Scrap. That's what we're all about, having
Whatever.
integrity.
They don't have integrity. Why should we?
Wow, you can.
Oh,
Blizzard.
Guys,
Wow.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, sound off in
No,
the
not-
comments if you feel like Scrap just
Not
attacked
our
you.
viewers. Fucking Holly Longdale. Like,
I can't
Oh,
argue against that with
man.
that blue post. Okay,
yeah.
that's episode 77. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, we'll have some really good, fun stuff to talk about with Mythic Plus and maybe some heroic raid antics. We hope you're enjoying the season as much as we are. And until next week, take care. Have fun.
See you.